I didn't. I didn't even register that, bro. Like,
Yeah, they just played the Nirvana song, they played his theme, and they played the Anna Maria. Pretty
mm.
much that was the soundtrack. Which I'm not too mad at. But
I
yeah,
mean, if you do what works, like if it works, it works. Like I like I don't think it detracted from the movie.
yeah, yeah,
It kept it like having a consistent tone. And I could understand why they did that. Like I could see why someone would complain about that, but like it wouldn't bother me because I understand what it's going for. So I'm not gonna.
Well, yeah. Sometimes if you have too much noise, too much music, it takes up too much focus.
I'm walking the streets with the drugs, walking the club, yeah, we cutting up. She offered me a perk, offered tongue, yeah, she fucked me up. She like, bitch, can you tell me who you love? I'm like, what the fuck? My feeling, all I like is counting dubs and the money that's stacking up. Bitch, I like this money, like this green. You will never catch me on the scene. I fuck with the geekers and the fiends.
February until Monday, like.
They said, how are you doing? Like, how are you moving? They wanna know my flow. How do you get all these bitches? I got all these bitches, they wanna see my hoes. All of these niggas some lame, these niggas some pussy, these niggas get fucking roasted. All these niggas the same, you niggas some burgers, you niggas get Texas toasted. Missing taxes out, you talk to me, you can get fucking ghosted. I spend all this money and make it back like it's a fucking token. Nigga, I pay my dues, Phantom on the black, nigga, I'm fucking golden. Walking this bitch with the drugs, smoking the club, yeah, we cutting up. She offered me a perk, offered tongue, yeah, she fucked me up. She like, bitch, can you tell me who you love? I'm like, what the fuck? My feeling, all I like is counting dubs and the money that's stacking up. Bitch, I like this money, like this green. You will never catch me on the scene. I fuck with the geekers and the fiends. I got you in the red dot with the beat.
And sometimes they don't use the name of the
Yeah, I like it. Not too early.
They said, how are you doing? Like, how are you moving? They wanna know my flow. How do you get all these bitches? Get out, you bitches that wanna see my hoes. All of these niggas some lazy, niggas some pussy, these niggas get fucking roasted. All of you niggas the same, you niggas some burgers, you niggas get Texas toasted. Visit taxes out, you talk to me, you can get fucking ghosted. I spent all this money and make it back like it's a fucking token. They said, how are you doing? Like, how are you moving? They wanna know my flow. How do you get all these bitches? I got all these bitches, they wanna see my hoes. All of these niggas some lame, these niggas some pussy, these niggas get fucking roasted. All of you niggas the same, you niggas some burgers, you niggas get Texas toasted. Visit taxes out, you talk to me, you can get fucking ghosted. I spend all this money and make it back like it's a fucking token. Nigga, I pay my dues, Phantom on the black, nigga, I'm fucking golden.
Okay, we could put the extreme like I felt that movie was beating my ass. Like I kept taking the time.
Nah, it be my ass too, cause I like, for me, Infinity War is clear. Not to make this a Marvel stream.
Yeah.
I was Infinity War. I was good. In game, I was like, please,
Mm.
just put me on my misery. I'm in the second half of this movie. Please
Oh,
end this.
shoot. What's up, Sly Neville? I almost said Roxas. What's up, Mikey? Miles, again with the late stream. Got the flight because I missed the last one. Hey, man, you got the chance to. This is essentially the same thing as the last stream. For the last stream, Glam and I spoke about the Batman, but we also transitioned to the comics. This is probably going to be Batman focused. What's up, Zodiac? And yo, again, congratulations, man. Happy that you engaged, bro. Love to see it,
Oh,
man. Congratulations. Man.
congratulations! Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing that shit, bro. I'm a fan of this. This is the era I am. I feel like all my friends are like, they're like buying new properties and getting into like the jobs they want and like getting into serious relationships and marriages and whatnot. Like, it's very, very, very interesting time. Like the days of me constantly hearing stories about, oh my god, he ghosted her, she ghosted me. Like I'm not hearing that shit no more. Everyone's on a different wave, so I'm with this. I like this era.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tell that man congratulations, man. For sure. But all right. So Vince has seen the Batman twice. He is a Batman guy. That's his guy. It's your favorite DC hero, right? Or in general?
Yep.
I don't know if in general, but DC.
I don't know if it's my favorite in general anymore, but he's definitely top 2 or 3 at least. But I'm definitely Batman centric. So
Yeah. We were speaking a little bit off stream, but we said a couple of things. But one thing I did want to say again is that I do think this is the for anyone who doesn't know who wasn't there last time, I am not a Batman fan. I'm kind of anti-Batman, if you will. I'm really at the point where I'm probably true neutral on him. But am I fatigued? Yes, I'm definitely fatigued. And in conjunction with that, the last person from his rogues gallery that I want to see is actually the Joker. I'm not interested. I really don't want. I don't fucking care.
Hola.
Oh shit.
Oh, Glenn's back for part 2.
You're.
Oh yeah, I saw Vince saw the movie now, so we can talk about it with him. I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I've seen it twice now.
Yeah.
Oh, we love to see it. We're all even.
Yeah. We all 2 for 2. Sorry. Do you remember any movie series where you prefer the script over the actual source material? That's an interesting question.
So I will say I don't prefer the script, but I do like how Harry Potter is portrayed as far as like them bringing it to the big stage, into life, breathing air into the series on screen. But
I have an example
it's not
too.
better, but it's not better than the book material, and I don't even think the book material is that good though.
I have an example that's very similar to Vince's. Lord of the Rings in the movies, I think, does certain things better with its characters than the books does.
Oh, now that 100% agree. That's my favorite thing ever.
Specifically with Aragorn, I think is much better in the movie than he is in the book. He's not bad in the book, but in the movie, he's like the best character in those films by far. It's ridiculous.
The scene when the Batmobile was firing was fire. Someone told me that seeing his Lamborghini go whatever was a hit.
Oh yeah, Vince, since I just came in, what did you actually think of the movie in total?
Okay, so I honestly, it's my favorite live action Batman. It's not my favorite Batman thing, obviously, as far as animated stuff. But yeah, but it's my favorite live action Batman for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you said you gave it a 9.
Yeah,
I guess my first,
a little higher than both of us.
Yeah, my first like general question would just be like, what were your thoughts about Robert Pattinson as like a young Batman, from top to bottom, and also like his Bruce Wayne? Because like just real quick, like my favorite and from top to bottom is Affleck, right? I do think that he's done a better Batman than anyone I've seen, just in the cowl, like actually doing detective work, whatever. I think Robert Pattinson has that down. I'm not a fan of Bruce yet. However, it's still like I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna be more, if it's gonna keep going. Like I would like to give him a chance to grow into that role. So I'm not knocking him because this was a movie where he had the cowl on for the majority of the scene. So I'm not gonna kill him for not being the best Bruce Wayne yet. But go ahead.
Yeah, so on the Bruce Wayne part, it definitely felt like Reeves was kind of like hiding him for now. Because I'm not sure if they're planning. I heard that they're still planning to do 3 movies. Glenn, you might know a little bit better than me.
No, that's. I've said this a couple times when me and I talked about it just off stream, and when we had the podcast a couple days ago. As far as I am aware, it is a trilogy for the moment. That is the plan.
Okay.
I only knew what the GCPD Penguin little shit they were doing with HBO Max.
And as also as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm aware as well, is completely under Reeves' creative oversight for the moment. That's
cool.
what I'm aware of at the moment.
Good. I hope they keep it that way because he seems invested. Because I was saying this before you came on stream. I was saying that like, Nolan's a good director, and I love Nolan. I love most of his stuff that he's put out. But Nolan's not a comic book guy. You can kind of tell when you watch the Batman stuff.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't do a good job, but you can tell that he doesn't, he's not invested in Batman stuff. Mm-hmm. Reeves seems to I don't know if he's like a big comic book guy. I'm not going to guess, but he actually felt like he was like a little bit more invested in accuracy and trying to be, trying to paint a certain picture. Because I was talking about my favorite thing about the movie itself is the atmosphere of the movie. He set the tone beautifully from the very beginning. So, and the entire movie is just that whole atmosphere of it is great. As far as Patterson as Bruce Wayne, like I said, I think he was kind of hiding him a little bit. Kind of interesting. This is a bit more introverted Bruce Wayne, not going out the house, not doing things because Bruce Wayne's kind of supposed to be the philanthropist. That's all I'm going to say right now. Yeah. Jesus Christ, kicking my ass. But he's supposed to be that. He's supposed to be kind of a playboy. Supposed to be all smiles and waves. And he didn't do none of that. He was like, no, I'm staying inside the house. I've been a Batman for 2 years. I'm running this experiment. I don't care about
winning the prize really at all.
Yeah, I don't care about doing that. And you know what, though? And I was fine with that because I said, you know what? That would make a lot of sense. He's still angry. He's just testing out him putting the fact that basically he's been doing this for 2 years allow me to let go of a lot of things that if this was prime Batman, you'd be like, there's no way you're
Yeah.
Did you catch the line from Alfred when they were talking about it that it seems to imply that Wayne Enterprises is almost going bankrupt?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell from the fact they said I got accountants coming to the place, to the building. It's like, what? You got accountants coming to your house? Because it's just like he just spending money. You know, he's not marketing himself. Because at the end of the day, Wayne Enterprise is supposed to be a big part of being investment in Gotham and stuff like that, and he ain't doing none of that. Like he not. That's why the mayor was like, you could be doing more. And I really like this movie. Really felt like it was answering the Twitter's favorite critique of Batman that, oh, why isn't he investing in the system? And then he just made an entire movie showing you like an easy thing to do because the whole thing's corrupt, the city from top to bottom. You can't just be like, oh, you know what, Batman should just do more infrastructure and do stuff like that. Guess what? There's a bunch of politicians and a whole bunch of people. The whole city's dirty and crooked, man. You can't just do it like that. So I really like that part of the movie too. I like the beginning monologue. I told Nye that when Patterson said "I'm vengeance," it felt really flat for me. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh.
No, I agree. I think that line was corny as fuck the first time you said it.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
It
hit in the trailer that I saw, but
true. It hit in the trailer, but not in the film.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, Joker is arguably the greatest, most influential villain of all time. I mean, that's debatable. I don't deny that he's extremely influential, but do I want to see him? No, I'm tired. I'm bored. Like I just like he has such an extensive role gallery. If anything, if this is a trilogy, just save Joker for the last movie is all I'm asking.
See, that's what I honestly, I'm with you. Listen, I love the Joker. He's one of my favorite villains ever. But two things. One, I've never felt like anyone has ever captured the Joker properly.
Like on live action.
Yeah, on screen. Yeah, on live action.
I'm with you.
I know everybody loves Heath Ledger, and me and I talked about this earlier. I don't think Heath Ledger is bad or terrible. For me, it's overrated, and I didn't love it like everybody else.
I agree.
Me neither.
Especially when I was
don't
younger.
think he was bad. I think he works for Nolan universe though, because like one thing with Nolan's universe that I take into consideration is he tried to ground it and make it a lot more realistic. So like I take that into consideration when I'm talking about it, because I know it doesn't kind of do a lot of comic booky stuff, but I'm okay with that because I knew that going into the movie already. So
see, I watched it when I was younger, and I had to change my opinion when I got older as I started to understand a little. But I was younger. I was like, why is this Joker a terrorist with clown makeup on? Like this is like he's like the Joker is the type of being that like he would have a plan and then he would see Nye walking down the street and he would just say F the whole entire plan and just go mess with Nye.
That's actually a point that I think I made in the other one. Like that's like the Joker that I know. Like one thing about the Joker that I've always loved, and I know this in the back of my mind when there's any team up, I would say there's like. If I read a team up with villains 10 times out of 10 times, right, and the Joker is also a part of the group, 8 out of 10 times, no matter who's involved, the last bad guy or like the final villain will be the Joker, because he'll fuck them over for no reason. Just because you'll have like Vandal, Savage, and Lex out here meticulously doing some shit, and on a whim, Joker like, fuck it, Harley, let's go do this shit, and the whole plan is ruined.
Right, so. Exactly. That's my thing about the Joker. I mean, obviously, I was spoiled as a kid with the great voice actor.
Shout out to Luke.
Yeah.
Shout out Luke Skywalker, baby.
I was about to forget the man's name, Mark Hamill. There we go. Hold on, let me catch up on the comments real quick, and then we'll keep going.
Gotcha.
Feel like they only scratched the surface with the movies. In Lord of the Rings, wasn't impressed with anything in the movie. I don't remember enough about Lord of the Rings to even comment, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Phenomenal movie, best Batman movie, yes sir. Still might not be my favorite. I'm gonna watch Batman Begins again with my boy in the weekend. We're having a trilogy, a Batman trilogy thing, so we'll see what happens. Affleck love, yeah, Affleck's my guy. I'll speak about a little bit more later why I think he's my favorite Batman. A trilogy, a lot of room to grow and get that Bruce Wayne persona invented. I agree. The Man of No Solo movie in 9 years. Wait, who? Oh, Superman. Man, leave me alone. Superman seems lame compared to the other DC heroes. No offense.
They've never done. He's another one. They've never done a proper good adaptation.
And that's coming from. I like Man of Steel, but I agree with Vince.
Yeah. Like I enjoyed the movie, but still, Henry Cavill's not my Superman. Like it's it's one of those things where it's like my problem with the people in general. If you legitimately don't like Superman, you like Superman. That's fine. My problem is when most people say it, they don't fucking know anything about him. They just kind of like, oh, Batman's cooler or whatever. That's fine, but they don't actually know anything about Superman. Because if I ask any kind of specific question, you're lost. Like, do you know how many people don't know this man gets his energy from the sun? And I say sun, I mean the yellow sun. Like, you know, like, that's still not common. That's still not common knowledge to a lot of people. Or that he's a fucking scientist. He's a scientist. More than he's a journalist, he's a scientist. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batman's a detective, and just like Jor-El, he's a fucking scientist, like his father.
See, no, I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, I did not know that because I don't feel like the cartoons played enough into that.
Mm-hmm.
But
see, I have all the material and comics and stuff that I read where I get that side of Superman and whatnot. And at the end of the day, he's my favorite. I have my personal reasons for it. I could understand why someone thinks he's boring, but my problem is, as a result of people not liking the Boy Scout Superman, they keep trying to do weird shit with him and maybe make him more morally gray. And the moment they do that, they go, "That's not Superman." What? You can't fucking win. So it's just like,
here's my thing with Superman, real quick, because we're off topic anyway.
DC stuff.
I felt like the Boy Scout thing was really early on, but I've always felt like if you watch Justice League or anything like that, I feel like they've always done a really good job of painting him from other people's perspective, why he's so important.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you watch Justice League Unlimited, he's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Everybody always kind of tells you why he's kind of the best of us. Why he kind of, even though he's not human, why he's the best of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could be doing all these terrible things. He could just, destroy somebody with minimum strength and stuff like that. But he doesn't, because that would give in and stuff like that. Just they did a really good job. I've never understood why people thought you had to do more. I've always felt like they done a really good job. He's not my favorite, like, at all. Like, yeah. In fact, I've got more respect for him now that I'm older. But like at first, because I was like, when I was younger, I was just like, I'm just like, nah, I don't like him like that, because I don't even think I fuck with the colors like that. But like, as I got older, I was just like, oh no, I fuck with Superman. Mm-hmm. I think Spider-Man's still the one that still got me on. But I feel that I'll get there one day.
Interesting how we want film directors, writers to honor source material. Meanwhile, comic book writers don't honor that stuff with all their rectons when taking over a series. I feel you on that. Don't get me.
See, my thing is though, I completely eliminate certain runs of like Batman, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like any Batman run where he like gets with Barbara or something like that, that don't exist. Like, just throw it out the window right now, because Batman wouldn't do that.
Okay, I feel that.
Very, 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 very sick behavior, or just stuff where he just like Batman. Don't get me wrong, Batman's an asshole. He's a dickhead, but sometimes he's like ridiculously over the top what they do with him. We're just like, bro, he's not doing all that.
Yep. Interesting. Oh, sorry, I just read that. And yeah, the infancy of detectives was a good touch. We'll talk about that in a second. Superman is born. They just choose to tell the same stories. Kingdom Come, and also Superman, great comics. I mean, I like Kingdom Come. I'm actually not a big fan of All-Star Superman, all things considered. I don't dislike it. I think it's overrated. I think
the one where he's dying from the nuclear poison.
Yeah. That one, and Batman, the one Batman story I always thought was overrated, because I even tried to put my mindset was The Killing Joke. I don't know. The Killing Joke to me is not that good, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't think The Killing Joke is that good. Vengeance was never. Hold on. I'm an adult. Someone else. Mr. Freeze. I like Mr. Freeze. I can do that.
Yep, I love it too.
Joker was great, but we done some. Get Mr. Freeze. I look into them. Just didn't know a place to start. I mean, you just ask me, bro. Like, I'm right here.
I don't think they're gonna do Mr. Freeze. I would love Mr. Freeze. I don't think they're gonna do it. What I think the direction he may end up going is the Court of Owls. For me, it almost feel a shame if he doesn't.
Yeah.
The Court of Owls, the way he set up that first movie.
Me and Naya talked about that a little bit ago.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah,
I want Killer Croc over Joker. I'll take Killer Croc. But I think Killer Croc to me can't carry a Batman movie. Like we said about Penguin, he could be in it. He could be a second act, Plan B, or kind of Act B kind of thing. But yeah, Chaos out, F the Plan. That's the term of Joker, Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Hush, Poison Ivy. I don't want Poison Ivy, honestly.
It's funny. My mom talked about Poison Ivy. I could kind of see Poison Ivy based off. I don't think she couldn't carry over, but I could see it because kind of how he went in that first movie with kind of like Gotham is wrong. She's another person who could like fit into that, I guess. Yeah, I just can't see her carrying an entire movie, but she would fit into the like kind of like what Riddler was kind of doing in the first movie, because she's all about like, oh, look at y'all trying to destroy the planet and the trees, and she could play it too. But my thing is, I don't think that's enough to carry it.
I got you, bud.
Yeah.
So,
What's up? I didn't see the movie. I saw Catwoman and said I gotta see this. Man, Fly bricked up again. Y'all gotta be stopped, man. Antonio Brown is the Joker. What's going on?
you know what? I will say this. I wouldn't mind seeing Bane again if they put him in this one.
Put him in the Lucha Libre, make him actually, give me some some venom. But Poison Ivy and the big screen Injustice might have me in another dimension. I don't know. I think because I don't know. I like Swamp Thing, but I don't like Poison Ivy that much. Pamela's fine though, I guess. Affleck, Batman is the biggest, fastest, strongest. He's like a Mack truck. Yeah, he's jacked. I love it. They think Superman is a squirt that's pussy whip. That's why they don't like him. Yeah, it's like they generally have a very surface level view of Superman. It's kind of the way Aquaman is for a while. I'm not sure how or why or when, but the perception around him, in my opinion, has changed. Where people don't think Aquaman is just some I talk to seahorses like the Super Friends. Like they actually like him more.
Because I'm not gonna lie, the edgy animated movies are the best.
Yeah.
Whatever that one where him and Wonder Woman were fighting. Yeah. Superman. I don't hate that movie. But yeah, obviously.
I mean, the take for Aquaman was always when they make him like a king. That's how it's changed the perception.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Injustice Superman, your favorite Superman? I actually don't dislike Injustice Superman, but he's not the best Superman. That's regular Superman is the best Superman. And you can't say like evil Superman because that's Ultraman. That's not the same person to me.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not.
Another version that I like is the one that has from Gods and Monsters that has Zod's blood. I like him actually. I thought that movie was pretty good. But that's my favorite DC animated movie. Hold on, Injustice Superman is the GOAT. Nah, he's not. Superman. If Superman ain't trying to save my life and take me to get food after I don't want him, I feel that. Superman is smarter than Batman, and people don't know that fact. Superman could recreate alien technology and an alien machine just from memory. He's my favorite hero, and he's the greatest hero. I'll die in that hill. Hey, let's go. I'm sleeping. These comic books have some interesting versions of these characters. Yeah, there's a lot of different interesting versions and stuff like that. Like Ultraman is always be funny because like the sun actually harms him when he turns up on kryptonite. Like he like snorts that shit and that gives him power. They said Jason Momoa said Aquaman. Okay, I pretty much caught up. But back to the movie though. I'm sorry. Is Robert Pattinson your favorite Batman though? Is he your favorite? Talk to me. Give me your thoughts.
Honestly, I kind of feel like he's my favorite Batman by default.
Like you don't have a choice.
Well, yeah, it's live action, of course.
Yeah. Because I didn't think his Batman like blew me away, but it did have a lot of potential, and I did think he did a really good job. I would like to see a trilogy play out first before I just give him all the brownie points. But I did like what he did. But yeah, it just kind of felt like default. Like I told you earlier, Christian Bale just feels like Christian Bale, but in Batman suit. Ben Affleck, he's fine. I don't love Ben Affleck, but him as Batman, it's just that he's fitting into a particular world, into a particular context of his Batman, and it's kind of not his fault. I just don't like that Batman that they're doing Injustice and all that in those DC movies. I just don't like that Batman. That's not his fault though.
Mm-hmm.
He's working with the script that's given, so I can't blame him for that. And then older movies, yeah, no. So
hold on.
Kind of one, but
what about Adam West, bro?
Adam West is just
This
hilarious.
motherfucker. He's trolling.
What about Adam West, bro?
Adam West is hilarious.
What
about George Clooney, man?
I've never seen that one.
Also
What's up, Pat?
Another funny guy.
What's going on?
Hey, Pat.
What's going on, Pat?
You vengeance, bro?
I just came back from seeing the movie a second time, so.
Wow, we all seen it twice then.
We're all seeing it twice. That's crazy.
Okay. We talking about which live action Batman's our favorite. Vince was talking about Robert. Is his favorite kind of by default. I said mine's Ben Affleck. What about you?
It's gotta be Robert now.
Okay.
That's 3-1, Naya.
I know what's a controversial take.
No.
But
because I'm with you, I like Ben too. I think he's the second best.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, it's not controversial. You got a whole list of Snyder. You got plenty of backup if you ever needed it.
Facts. That is true.
Because like how I explained this in a previous stream, but I like Batman's progression from the start of from BVS until the Justice League Snyder Cut, right? I felt like the death of Superman kind of because in a lot of ways Robert and Affleck are opposites, right? Robert is a new young Batman in his second year where he's got a lot to learn, and he's still like he's not even gadgeted up. We'll talk about like the possible progression we could see for his like gadgets and whatnot, right? But Batman is an older one who's been in Gotham 20 years, more based off Frank Miller's, The Dark Knight Returns, right? So he's a little more jaded. He broods a lot more and stuff like that. Like I take those things into consideration when I'm kind of thinking about them and comparing them, but from top to bottom. The reason why I take him is because I like his Bruce too. I think his Bruce is good, right? Whereas it's an older Bruce. And with Patterson, I haven't got a chance to fully see him explore the Bruce side. Though, what I saw wasn't moving me, right? I understand that doing this the different. He's more of a recluse thing. That's fine, but it wasn't really moving me. Though, like me and Glam talk about the little eyeshadow that's painted around his eyes. I don't know what it is about it. It's just raw, and it works. Raw. I like it. There's no reason for it because you got a whole ass fucking.
I think with his Bruce, they didn't play off. I mean, they kind of tried to, but I don't feel like him and his Alfred. I don't know necessarily if they got the most out of that, but they might,
I mean, that one scene in the hospital was really good.
We're gonna talk. We'll talk about it too because I want to talk about the Alfreds and everything too in each relationships because Jeremy Irons is actually my favorite, but I don't think Andy Serkis and the one who does it for the Nolan series. I think they're all really good. I don't think there's really been a bad Alfred like that yet, but like, I like how like jaded and dark. Like the Dark Knight Returns BVS Batman is, and then during the Snyder Cut of Justice League, you can see him trying to operate more on hope and faith. Like there is a big shift there, and I like that. So, and then like I know this is superficial. He's fucking jacked in that movie. Okay, that scene where he's working out making kryptonite, I don't give a damn. That montage go crazy every time I see it. And when he's in the warehouse whooping their ass trying to save Clark's mom. I don't give a. That's still my favorite, live action, like that was crazy. Like he was throwing them into the ground. He punched that one guy. Like it's just crazy, bro. Like it's.
That fear take.
But just strictly Batman, I'd give it to Patterson. Just the Batman portion. So. Let me see.
I feel like it's really hard. I talked about this with myself. I feel like it's really hard to find an actor who can play both Bruce Wayne and Batman because it really is two different people. So it's really hard to play both. You have to be like good looking, charismatic enough to play Bruce Wayne, but also dark enough to play Batman. And that's kind of really hard.
Yeah. So. Officially my favorite Batman, like Ultraman though. If I was introduced to Harvey in the second movie, maybe he's in this movie. I haven't watched it. Have a relationship with Bruce, maybe make him less introverted. That's not bad. DC doesn't flesh out bad guys in that manner in their movies. They're doing great villains, so dirty. Talk about development of bad guys throughout multiple movies, somewhat like they did with Thanos. Batman was Batman the whole movie. Bruce was never on screen. Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah, I like that. Even when he was out of the cowl, he was still Batman. Batman was on some makeshift bootleg wave, dirty Timbs and Lambo truck, black comfort, the glide in the sky. Dude was wildin', but like. Well, I can't wait to see this Bruce Wayne progression. I think like he'll come out of his shell and want to actually change the perception of the Wayne family, and you'll see a difference in him actually interacting with the like Wayne Enterprises. I think it'll come.
Right, I really think that's gonna be second.
Like Pattinson's a damn good actor, and he's easily capable of doing it.
Yeah.
And as a side note, I just like how Affleck and Robinson look in the cowl. Like they just look. They have like the face and chin for it. I think they just look really.
They got
good
the
in
chins.
It. Like that's my biggest nitpick for Robert Pattinson is like, especially in that scene where he's pushing the table. I'm like, man, put a shirt on, you skinny ass nigga. Like that's not moving me. I like my superheroes jacked and 6'4". Okay, I'm traditional when it comes to them, but yeah. So no one said bail. So like that. That's all I cared about.
That fucking voice changing shit. Nah,
where's
that
the
ain't
trigger?
it.
Okay.
Where is she? No,
bro,
that
he's
ain't
completely outshined in every movie he does. Like
I
Like,
knew he wasn't raw
Patterson-
the minute that he had a suit where his neck couldn't turn. That's all.
I love Paul Dino as the Riddler. Like I said,
He's great.
He's fantastic.
We could talk
but
about
He
it
that.
even
still
got the
felt,
speech
but
patterns
it still
down.
felt like, Robert Patterson's movie. Like he didn't get overtaken by him. Christian Bale got overtaken by in pretty much every movie. The only one you can argue is Batman. But the other two, he got completely overtaken.
They said Naya mad because Rob don't look like him. Exactly. Hit the gym, bitch. Nah.
And that man Rob said I couldn't get 2 Jack. He got another movie in like. He got a role.
Okay. But while we're on the Riddler, honestly, all things considered, from top to bottom, when I think about comic book live action villains I've seen on screen, I'd probably put the Riddler up there. Probably my top 5.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They even got the way he speaks down.
Yes, Pat.
Mhm.
Yes, Pat.
I was over here watching this shit. I was like, bro, it feels like I'm playing Batman Arkham City.
Pat, thank you. That's the
Glam
exact
did say
comparison I
that.
used.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's the exact
Paul
comparison I
Dino
use
is
every
so
time.
good at this shit.
Feels like Riddler from the Arkham games, just a bit more sinister. That's the exact way I feel like he is.
And like Vince brought up earlier, which I think is a really good point. Up until like, this is not something that I caught. I didn't catch this the first time that I watched the movie. I caught it the second time when he confronts the Riddler, and basically they're talking back and forth, yada yada, and he's like, I think I give you too much credit, bro. Like you ain't figure it out. And that's also putting emphasis on the fact that it's still a young Batman who's not fully there yet. Like he's not a veteran, established, you know what I'm saying, superhero where like he probably wouldn't have overlooked that. It's not that he doesn't make mistakes and can't be like tricked or like, you know, fall for a red herring, but he wouldn't fall for something like that. Like that's a rookie mistake in my opinion. So when he actually talked to that one cop, like, oh yeah, my brother was a carpenter and blah blah blah, and he pulls the whole rug out and you see like the lights for the bombs in the vans for the seawall. I really like that because it's like okay, now he has to like make up for the fact he didn't figure it out.
Yep.
Really,
that's why I really liked it too because it really felt like. In a sense, like using the old cliche, he lost the battle and kind of won the war. Because Riddler did outsmart him. He played into Riddler's hand basically the entire thing. But what the Riddler didn't count on was for him to basically become the symbol of hope.
yeah.
You know what I think was also good about that, Vince, is that Bruce knew that was the case partially through the movie because there was one point where he says it's Riddler's game now and we're just players in it.
Yeah, right.
Like he acknowledges that, like, yeah, he's too many steps ahead and we can't catch up, so we just got to do what we can, and he does.
Right. And like with Vince, perfect segue. I really think like the end of the movie, well, quick thing that kills me every time I see it. Him being like, "Hey everyone, thanks for all the support." Like he's talking to his YouTube subscribers, and bro, that shit had me so weak, bro. So funny. I know that shit is. Every time both of us when I see that, I bursting out laughing. Like I don't know what it is. That's just so funny to me. And the one random joke he tells to that one lord, like, "Don't lose your head." I don't know why. That's comic book cheese, but that's my thing. You know, I'm here for all that stuff. But Batman trend. I really, really love the shot with him with the flare in the water, leading everybody out of like I want to call it Madison Square Garden, but like whatever they were at, because first of all, it reminds me of the James Wan scene in Aquaman when they're underwater with the flares and the trench like monsters are chasing them. That's a really good scene, shot too, from the Aquaman movie. But what I like about it too, like Vince said, is like it's the transition from being purely vengeance into like a symbol of hope for Gotham. Because when that last incel guy from Riddler's Splinter Cell group goes like, "I'm vengeance," he's like, "Nah, I gotta do better. It's not enough." And seeing the child that he like had made eye contact with as Bruce, as Batman throughout the movie, be the first one to put his hand out, and then the mayor elect, who initially was not cool with Batman, kind of makes it seem like okay, it's okay, like Batman's our guy, like he's here for Gotham City, and you can see that's gonna change. So I like that.
Yeah, all them nuanced things, and that's why I really develops in the next movie for his Bruce Wayne, that whole chain, because he could really work off all of that he did. They did the nuances of this movie really.
There's a lot of good setup for like like other things.
And real quick, back to the topic with Riddler.
Go ahead.
I had a friend like that watched the movie, and he was like, "I need some clarification," and I was like, "About what?" And it was like it felt like throughout the movie, Riddler was trying to like expose all the corrupt officials in Gotham to make Gotham better. So then, why at the end did he like use total anarchy at the end and like flip the whole city upside down? I was trying to explain to him. I was like, listen, bro, the Riddler is just a peak narcissist. He thinks he's
Yes.
smarter than everybody in the room. This is all just a gigantic game to him.
Yeah.
The fact that all those guys in Gotham are corrupt, it was just a means to an end. He didn't really truly care about it. He just wanted an excuse to just fuck shit up.
Because he views himself as like a crusading hero, but
Yeah.
also it's like to the extreme, where it's like, okay, we've unmasked it, and now we must do away with it.
Now we
It's
must
always
cleanse
that
it.
condition.
It's been a mask, you
Yeah.
know. Now we've got to cleanse it and start new. But I feel you on that. Overall thoughts, real quick. It's a good movie, good Batman movie. Probably in my opinion, the best live action one. This time
that's what I
just
said.
might
This is
not be
9
my
out of 10.
favorite, but as far as Batman content, no, it's not my favorite, but it's good. John Turturro killed it as oh, that's his name. Falcone. Yeah, he was good. He stole every scene he was in.
yeah.
I thought he did a really good job. And me and Glam spoke about like we can talk about this if you want to. The Selena stuff ripped straight out of the Long Halloween. That was that was solid. Like I thought like this was the first Catwoman movie I saw where she had like that like storyline, which was nice. This was good. I still like Anne Hathaway more as Catwoman, but I thought Zoe Kravitz did a fine job. She was cool. She did
I feel like Zoe Kravitz got the best Catwoman material by far. Like her material, and she was really good.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Listen, when I seen her walk through that club with the red wig on,
crying.
there was nothing anybody could tell me
My
about.
girlfriend told me she had to work on her model walk or catwalk, whatever it's called. I don't know what a good
No,
one looks
bro,
like.
I
I don't know what a
saw-
good one looks like though, so I couldn't.
No, I'm crying. No, I'm really crying because my girlfriend sent me a TikTok of a girl doing the Catwoman thing. I was like, yeah, she just bouncing up and down. Like this shit is hilarious. She hit that whole hard. Her walk, she bouncing up and down the screen, chewing the gum aggressive as hell. I'm like, God damn, you chewing the.
Hey man, she need to keep chewing that gum. You need to keep chewing it, bro.
I mean,
No, it was really interesting to
traditional
see,
mongoose brings up a point that me and Glam was speaking about, but go ahead, finish your thought first.
No, I was gonna say it was really good though to see a cat wasn't fully formed Catwoman. I thought that was cool too. Normally you meet her, like normally every time you meet her, she's already Catwoman. Like
Established thief. Most of
yeah,
the
she's
time.
already established. Like Bruce really don't know anything about her, and she kind of outplays him because you know he thinks she's attractive, and you know he don't want to hurt a woman and all that stuff like that. But this one, it was like she was a little bit more vulnerable and stuff like that. I thought it was an interesting way to go with that. So
Did you guys think the romance was forced?
No.
not really.
Because I have a slightly different perspective, but do you think it was forced? Because a lot of like I don't know, Glam. What did you say to me initially when you saw it? I can't remember exactly.
When the first watch that I saw, I thought it was poorly done and didn't really make much sense because it felt rushed to me. The second time I watched it, I determined why that was the case, and that's because I think that every other romantic scene works except for the one where they first kiss in the sunrise or sunset, whatever it is, because that scene she's doing that for really no good reason in my mind.
Okay, okay. Here's my thing with that. I guess she's really good at playing the hearts of men, but at the same time, I think she felt it, and he kind of felt it at times that they're kind of kindred spirits. That's what the whole thing on the sunset. She was kind of talking.
Yeah, my pushback for that was, Vince, is that it seemed to me that she was in a relationship with that Russian girl. So it seemed strange to me that she would do that when she didn't know where that girlfriend of her was.
Oh, see, I never saw it as that. She just one of those type of girls. These are some of the most deal with, where she just kind of like always kind of like.
She takes in people, and she called her a kid, right? So like I assume she was a lot younger. Like it kind of reminded me a bit of the DC Showcase. Yeah, but what I was gonna say is my interpretation of it was more that she was trying to play the femme fatale role, and like Vince said, and move him with the kiss to get him to help her do it. That kiss to me didn't come across as romantic. More so it's like, are you gonna help me? Like, if you do, I'll give you a little.
Yeah,
you know,
she's
like
trying to seduce you. She's trying to play you in her hand. That's what she does.
Yeah,
to me, like the romance undertone is there, but it hasn't happened yet. That's basically what my interpretation.
What I had said tonight as well was that if you had just taken out that one kiss in that scene, I wouldn't have had any problems at all. Because I think every other scene after that makes perfect sense and it works good. Because I think they do have good chemistry.
Yes.
I don't think there's an issue with the actors or the material. I just think it was that one scene.
Look, man, Robert Pattinson needs a gold jacket for being able to consistently act with Zoe Kravitz that close to him, looking at him like that. Because if it was me, Gotham would have to fend for itself.
No, I'll save the city, bro. I'll save the city and come back for some Cuddy later. She'll wait. I'm that nigga. She'll wait.
No, see, I didn't think she was in love with the Russian girl because to me, like, she would just want to know. Like,
she takes in strays. That is something she does.
Right.
Like there's a lot of times where she always has somebody in the crib and then something happens and she's trying to find out what happened to them. So I just thought it was one of those other situations. I didn't take it as romantic, but you know, everyone's perspective.
Yeah,
I
I didn't either. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just my perspective.
Hold on. Manifesting Deathstroke or Ra's al Ghul for Ra's al Ghul. I want Deathstroke. The guy who was in the suit in the end of the Snyder cut. Like I can't remember his name. Sorry, Glenn. Yeah, he looks perfect. He's fucking perfect. I need that nigga to just mix.
Have you never seen Arrow?
I see. Wait. Oh, you mean
he's better than?
He's better than the Spartacus guy to me. He's better than the Spartacus guy. I did see Arrow.
Yeah,
though.
that's the one that played him in Arrow, I believe.
No. That's
a
different
different guy.
No, different guy.
Yes,
That guy's from Spartacus. That's why I know him from.
The dude that plays Deathstroke in PVS and Justice League, Pat, is he was in Magic Mike. He was the older guy that had like white beard and shit.
They look alike.
Hold on. I actually kind of feel you on that. Let me see now. Coincides with the fact they never harmed a police officer that was helping Batman because he was considered pure. Manifest. Oh yeah, I just read that. Catwoman saw the Lambo and started. Bruce is a billionaire. He better not be whipped like the Man of Steel. Zoe Kravitz said Catwoman is bisexual. He spin, smashed Catwoman once and saved Gotham. She's not that dope in comparison to the Playboy models from back then. The Penguin was dope as fuck. I actually didn't realize it was Colin Farrell, but I like this Penguin. Like, I could from the beginning of the movie see his kind of rise to power, and I thought them having to like, you don't want to get rid of the Falcone and Malcone family, like you get rid of the mafia. There's always that power struggle, and that's when you have like Cobblepot establish his faction. You can maybe have Black Mask running around here doing his own thing. Like after the dust settles and the water's gone, so to speak, you'll start to see more established factions. I think of some of the villains, so to speak.
That's what I really liked about this movie too, and that's why also I agree with you that I think Deathstroke would be perfect
for movie 2.
For movie 2.
Well, what year is he in if you guys want to, is it year 3?
No, I'd probably year 5.
Yeah, Deathstroke in year 3 is too soon. He's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's not. Deathstroke better mix the fuck.
No, okay. So here's my vision of it. If I made it, so we go 3 years later, right? You start the second movie. Batman is dealing with, the city's still recovering. He's dealing with multiple factions starting to rise up, multiple villains. You could throw, multiple villains in here now, like small time, not nobody too big, but Batman has to deal with multiple people. But then he runs into somebody he never ran into before that could like.
Hey,
the Riddler rivaled him in brains. Now this one is rivaling him in bronze.
Okay.
And also
and that's the way I would do it. I would flip it. And now you got somebody that like, oh, I can't just beat him. Like I beat up everybody else. Like this guy's for real. Or I can't stop him from getting his targets, his assassinations or whatever. Like, nah, it's really gonna come down to a fight to the death. Even though he's not gonna kill him, but it's like, yeah, it's gonna have to be that type of battle for him. Like you gonna have to let them bring everything to the table, my bro. That's a real one. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
If I made it.
I would like them to keep the formula that they had with this one, where they have one big bad villain, and then they have like
a smaller time.
One, small time, but not that small kind of villain. Like
right, still important, but yeah.
We were thinking Penguin is Penguin is good for that role because like
or like a Clayface or a Killer Croc is right there.
See, I'd be cool with that.
Clayface and Croc could be an open act. Like you could start the movie with him catching that nigga, and then.
See, that's what I'm saying though. Different. These people different.
No, go ahead.
In the end of the second movie. Mm-hmm. No, you're good. I'm just saying different people rising up instead of moving like Batman. You know, he goes capture those guys.
Because
But-
Vince, what my envisioning is for Deathstroke is like, while the factions have emerged, I think that's something you're going to see more so in like the shows that they're going to do. When the second movie happens, he would be starting to reduce their territory and bring in people. And in order for them to like get rid of him because they have nobody capable enough to do it, somebody
that makes sense. That makes
Deathstroke
sense to me too.
out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also Batman having to balance between being Bruce Wayne and
Yeah.
being Batman because like it's a lot of work doing that, trying to clean up the city still, and then it's like
In
now I
both
got to
ways.
deal with this guy. Like good luck.
And Deathstroke is somebody that can challenge him mentally as well as physically, as
Right.
well.
Yeah, definitely gotta fast forward though. I want to be like year 5.
Yeah, I was thinking 4 or 5. Yeah, so we're on the same page
Yeah.
for that. I need Al Ghul as a redemption for what they did to him, but for the impression that I'm getting,
I don't think you're going to get Ra's al Ghul
yeah.
or Court of Owls in this verse.
See,
Yeah, Court of Owls is not going to work. It's not going to work because Court of
you have
Owls,
Nightwing,
Court
and
of Owls does
Robin.
not work without more of the Bat family established, and they kind of did this their own origin of the Arkhams and the Waynes, because the Court of Owls is supposed to be something so ancient in Gotham, but even before all of this, that's been in the shadows for how long, right? Like it doesn't work for this universe unless you continue past the 4th movie. Let's just say for whatever reason this is super popular and they keep going, then I could then do that. But I need at least 2 members of the Batman family to be around for that
Yeah,
to work.
right. I agree. My thing is,
Plus Gotham Knights is doing it right now, and they don't tend to overlap stories like that. Because when the Long Halloween, the animated movie, was kind of being made, and Matt Reeves was thinking about more so emulating his movie or using that as a framework, they didn't release that movie. That movie was made from time. Me and Glam saw what last year. And the last year
Yeah,
you
because
watched it?
we dated it because the one actress from Glee that died in like that river.
Yeah,
accident.
Naya Rivera was playing somebody. What was she playing again? Was it Catwoman?
Catwoman.
Catwoman, yeah. And she passed away in that boat accident, remember? So it was that long ago.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did our detective work.
Yeah, I see. No, I was gonna say, yeah, definitely not a second movie. That first of all, that's not even something. To me, if you're gonna do a Court of Owls, they have to be last of anything you do. They can't be first or second. That's insane.
Does Batman never turn around the world? I remember Alfred saying he never taught him anything, blah blah. But I don't. Wait, hold on. There's a prequel.
He said he trained him in fighting at one point, but I don't know if that was the extent. Like he might go on like a spiritual journey or something, like get an actual legitimate.
You're saying there's a prequel book to the movie. I didn't know that. So because I know Man of Steel had one because the Kryptonian scout ship was actually Kara was on it, I think, or something like that.
I remember that they said they were going to do some year 1 thing for him, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when that was released on. If somebody can link that to me on Twitter or something.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know where I can get that or what it's called, and I'll go read that. But just before I get into some of the next topics, I wanted to talk quickly. How did you guys think about the young Batman in general, from top to bottom, from the anger, some of the rookie mistakes he makes, and the gadgets not being fully developed yet. He don't really got any batarangs. He got the big ass pouch on his leg, like a ninja pouch. He in riot gear almost, his costume's not fully there. I personally like the touch of him the first time he's trying to fly. He actually used almost like a legit wingsuit instead of kind of having his cape be able to do what it does. And then obviously the Batmobile is not fully established. The contacts work are fine, but if you notice, he had to be kind of in close proximity to where Selena was. He can't do that shit from the cave. He don't got that level of range yet, because even Affleck's Batman, Alfred could take over whatever he's flying from the cave. He hasn't gotten to that point yet, and I think that possibly ties into the fact that he's fucking possibly broke or on the verge of bankruptcy. If he fixes his company, has more money to pour into his gadgets and his side project, I think he can make better stuff. What do you guys think?
That's what I felt too when I was watching it. I was like, him. They made it kind of realistic with the fight scene, but also with his gear. And I was like, I was amused when he was running in front of police and he jumped off and he was doing the little the little squirrel type thingy. I don't know what to call it, but he was gliding or whatever. And it was kind of shitty.
There's also a moment right before he jumps off where he sort of hesitates and gasps when he's going.
Right.
It's sort of that's
shit.
the first time he's ever done.
Yeah, he's ever used it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like, he ain't really. Cause he still has some cool stuff. The whole contact thing was pretty cool. I'm like, oh.
Also, this is something I forgot to mention in the podcast we did, but there are moments in the movie where he's in the cave where when the shot is panning up to him from a shot in the background, you'll see that the bike that he has at the end of the movie is sitting in that garage being built, because for the majority of the movie he's just using a regular bike, but at the end he has like a bat styled one that he rides up with Selena out.
That's true. That is true.
And also you see the engine of the Batmobile is getting worked on a table, zooming into him looking at the contact lenses again before he used the car too.
Well,
so I don't know if it might be possible he had literally just built the Batmobile that movie. Like,
well,
honestly.
I mean, I like the little detail of when he was writing in his journal. He kind of made see like him being the Batman was kind of like an experiment.
Yeah,
he was like year 2. He was like, like I don't know if it's like prototype or something like that.
Because the narration at the beginning of the movie, he's like, I've been doing this for 2 years, and crime going up. So he's like, he was like, I don't know if this shit working, bro.
I have to try.
I mean, like, yeah, you saw him use like a taser on the guy at the beginning of the movie. It's like he don't got all his stuff yet. He ain't throw no.
And he never used that again, like too.
Yeah,
as well. Like,
right, exactly.
And another thing as well, like when his mask is getting grabbed at by those cops, the first thing I thought of when I watched that was in the Nolan verse when people tried to grab at a suit and it shocked them when they tried to touch the mask. I was like, is that going to happen? And then no, they just tried to grab it off and he had to stop them because he could literally just take the mask off.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the way they went about his relationship with Gordon, but I kind of also would have liked to see them meet. But it was nice that I really like Gordon's involvement with him in this movie too. Because Gordon's like super important. Like Gordon's super important in like Batman in general, but sometimes like I feel like people don't know that because he don't get to do enough. Like his whole thing of just like he's like no guns. He's like, man, that's your thing, man. like nah, man.
What did you? Hold on. Did anyone else? But real quick, did anyone want to talk about like the young Batman stuff and gadgets? You guys are good on that because I actually think the Jim Gordon stuff is.
Oh, even fighting wise, I was gonna ask y'all.
Yeah. Obviously, he's like he's okay. So in year 2, he's not fully like great at fighting multiple people like that yet. So I thought that like him getting like a couple hits and shots there. Like I've never seen him ever willingly take bullets like that unless he's in an armored like tank or something.
Armored. That was the only problem, but it wasn't a major problem. That was one of the only.
But I'm like, damn it! Like if you already got the suit taking bullets like that this early, then you good. you
I'm like because like him taking the one, like him doing the one in the dark where they couldn't really see with the elevator. Like that's. But yeah, it's like my man taking
the elevator shaft scene.
My man taking full bullet. Like right point blank range. I'm like, God damn, nigga, like how are you doing this? Like that's kind of crazy, don't you think? He can do that.
I'll also say that scene also reminds me of a scene in Arkham Knight where you meet the Arkham Knight for the first time and he says, don't aim for the bat on the chest, aim for the weak spots of the shoulders and the knees. And when these 2 dudes are left shooting at him, they're shooting directly at his chest where the bat symbol, where that's where his armor is strongest. So I thought that was I don't know if that's intentional, but that's what it made me think of. And I'll also say, because Pat, you agree with me with the Riddler comparison.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain points in the movie where it looked like Arkham combat to me, just not as martial art like or refined. It's like when he grabs the bat and swings it at the fucker.
Yeah.
That was
good. That felt Arkham to me.
It felt video game at the very beginning, the way he punched that guy. That's
there's actually one particular like little hop that he does that reminds me of how when you like knock out one enemy and you hop to another one. Like he actually kind of did that once in the movie. I noticed that. So
it felt very Arkham to me. But
okay, it wasn't just me then. It wasn't just me. Even though I reined myself in immediately, Miles said was not Venom or adrenaline. It was adrenaline. But my comic book brain, I went straight to Venom. I'm like, wait, calm down, bro, calm down. Like I reined that in like 0.4 seconds, but I definitely for a split second thought it was Venom. I don't know why I went there, but I did.
Your brains went there.
But even I was telling you when they were like describing like Martha, and she was in at a psych ward. I'm like. Joker, Flashpoint. And I'm like, bro, why did your mind go there? Relax. Just calm down, bro. Like, you're not getting none of that. I don't know why.
I was very surprised they took that interpretation of Martha and Thomas. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so actually, let's talk about it because I always like when Thomas Wayne and like his dad and stuff isn't perfect. Like there's versions of Batman's story where he's like he got squeaky clean, like your dad was the great doctor, saved everybody, yada yada yada. But there's somewhere like Glam and I have said they've gone too far and make his parents or like his dad seem like a really bad person, which I think somewhat invalidates the death because like you kind of took out a rich asshole. But when it's like he's a good man who turned to something dark in a moment of need, who made like a big mistake that caused the death of somebody, I think that causes the perfect middle ground of like moral ambiguity. What's happened to my brain? Ambiguity. Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Me and Naya had the same idea with that as well because we thought it was the perfect amount of gray.
Yeah.
And I'll say as well, they ripped the scene where he works on Carmine Falcone after he gets shot also.
From Long Halloween, yes. On the table too. Like on the table too with Booth watching.
The kid
yes.
Yeah.
And I also like it that they went this route because Bruce is still young and still just starting like this Batman stuff. Like
hasn't found Joe Chill yet.
Yeah, it's easy for him to pull the wool over his eyes and like tell him something, he'll believe it immediately. Whereas like a seasoned Batman will be like, "You're capping," and he's gonna go use detective research and find out himself if it's true or not. Because like he confronts Alfred, he was like, "You lied to me." Alfred's like, "Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?"
I would be like, "Bro, I'm unconscious. I wake up. It's the first thing you say to me, nigga."
That's how
Yo, no, not a high, not a. I'm so glad you're okay. You lied to me, bro.
I'm like, my bro,
my chest hurt. I can't even speak.
I was like, bro, he couldn't even wait until Alfred was sitting up in a hospital like he was good. He got him directly after he woke up. That's the first thing he had.
The way that scene ends though, with like him talking about he never thought he'd feel like the fear of losing somebody that was important to him ever again, was like that scene was.
Yeah, I think that's their best relationship scene, like back and forth.
It may have been probably like a top 3 scene in that movie for me.
Okay, I agree with that. Let me put the hands up too. But how did you like Andy Serkis as Alfred, and how did you like the relationship between Batman and Alfred in this movie? And then
like him, need more.
Okay.
Yeah, see that's how I felt too. I was like, I like him. Obviously, my favorite is actually from the Nolan film.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I think he's really good. I like Jeremy Irons personally because I thought that like what I like about him is that he's so fucking sarcastic and shit. Right,
that's Alfred too.
But on top of that, it's just like the butler shit he does. Like I remember when one was making tea, and he's like, "No, put that first. You're gonna scald it. Like mix it carefully." And there's the one part where he's pouring the tea, and the tea is like he moves it upwards from the cup as the water level is rising. Like, what? Look at this butler shit now. Like, yo, he's not playing around with that tea. And when all of them came in, he's like, I guess I'll put the tea on. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just moving me every time. And then when Batman's like, I don't deserve you, Alfred, he's like, no, you don't, sir. but I'm here anyways. I'm gonna rock with you.
I'd say Jeremy Irons reminds me a lot of Batman the Animated Series, Alfred.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm used to. So I agree with you on that. I think I just like the Batman for the Nolan films because they play more into his background, what he was really doing before he became a butler.
And also how much he's indebted to like the Waynes and whatnot.
And he cares about Bruce and
Bruce,
like
yeah.
Michael
and also his storytelling was just amazing.
Yeah, I remember that scene from Rises, but like, I found you. Like, I love that scene where like he thinks Bruce is dead and shit.
Even the one where Vince brought us up maybe off stream, we're talking a little bit. He talks about like his line about some men are they're not worried about money or fame or nothing. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Like he may not have any rhyme or reason for what he's doing. He's just out here doing shit to do shit. So.
Yeah, he had to explain to my man Bruce. He was just like, listen, man, everybody that you run up against, they just not gonna be that guy you can just figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Not it, man. He's different.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single live action Alfred that I dislike.
I agree with that.
Yeah, we said that too.
Yeah, I really like this one because it's like he's trying to tell him like, yo, this Batman shit you're doing is cool, but you gotta be Bruce too.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, but like he still knows the only way he's gonna get him to pay attention to anything is when he's helping him do Batman shit, and he doesn't mind helping him do that stuff. So like he'll scold him, but then the next minute he'll be like, "What's that puzzle you got there? Hold on, let me help
like,
you out."
this cipher kind of raw. Let me look at that.
It definitely the most vulnerable Alfred and Batman relationship. Because normally you don't get to see that vulnerability between them two. You normally see it if you have a Batman edition where Alfred dies, and then Batman tells you how mega important he was to his life and how all that stuff like that.
Do you guys like the Batcave being in Gotham City? Because I know that's a change for this movie. That was a bit. It's new, but I don't know if anybody else.
I don't think I mind.
But I mean, even the Wayne Tower was new to me. To me, that's just like a little small. It's not bothering me.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
It's not a big enough detail that I feel good or bad about in any direction.
It might change too next movie. Because as they rebuild the city, he might put it somewhere else.
Yeah, I didn't have any issue with it either. I just wondered if anybody else had any strong opinions on it.
No.
It's cool. The Batmobile chase you. Did you guys like that when he's chasing the Penguin?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it was. You know what it was.
Now,
It was
see,
fun.
I
It
had
was
initially
fun.
said that's my favorite chase sequence. Then Naya reminded me about the BVS one.
I'm sorry,
And I was
that
like,
one go crazy, bro. That's my favorite. That's
No,
my favorite.
I'm not
mad.
gonna-
I'm not mad if you like this one more, but that one was just running through every. Yo, that was like that Batmobile going crazy. Because my favorite thing about it, my favorite thing about it is like, I think that Snyder did a good job showcasing the indestructible, like, unrelenting tankiness of the Batmobile, and as soon as it just hits Superman, it just crashes and starts malfunctioning to show how fucking cold that nigga is. I said, yeah, that's a toy to me, bro.
I think the thing that helps out that chase scene is that Affleck's Batmobile is by far the best one we've ever had.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
crazy
yeah,
design.
sure.
Because he's driving that shit backwards at the same speed. It can go like forwards when he's fighting against the parademons and shit too.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's a crazy
that's the
Batmobile.
prime.
Like that
Yeah,
thing
that's
got
the prime.
guns. It's a literal sports car and it's a tank. It's literally the perfect Batmobile.
Yeah, I like
I
that
like
scene.
this car chase scene because fucking Penguin was hilarious, bro.
He's like, yo, this
He-
guy's
he
fucking
over here-
crazy. Like he was almost having fun with it. Keep going.
He's zooming through traffic, fucking telling people to get out the way. I'm like, bro, you going like 120. You driving on the wrong side of the freeway.
When he hit that one car that spiraled in front of the semi and got hit from the side, I was like, God damn!
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. Why it makes sense though for it to be a young Batman. I'm like, God damn, this Batman don't care. So I'm like, these niggas dying out here in these cars, bro.
All those
You not
people
see
that
this?
died like that? Like,
I mean, we spoke about this a bit too, Glam. Like it seemed like a little bit like he's like he hasn't fully adopted that like softer side to him where like he has to still care, even though he has to still instill fear.
Yeah.
Because
No, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about
because
nobody.
anytime they brought up like a dirty cop, he almost made it seem like they had it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
He
that
didn't
was
care about
consistent.
nobody.
Am I a fan of
Yeah,
the
I
no
was
kill
trying to
rule?
explain that
I
to
think
my
any
friend.
superhero with that rule is kind of lame. I don't hate it or love it, but like I think there's a part where it goes way too far. Where it's like, bro, the Joker every time he comes out of Arkham, he fills up cemeteries. Can we please just let's just do it? But then again, I'm like, bro, throw that man in the Phantom Zone or something. At least like if jail didn't work, try the Phantom Zone. He comes out of that,
Yeah,
then
see,
kill him.
so-
Then kill him.
Sometimes my problem is more with the government and the police entities. I'm just like, wait a minute. See, especially with real life.
Like
I'm
not one of y'all cops wanted to just pop that man in the head and Arkham
right,
for the
exactly.
greater good.
Or move up the death row process for this guy, please. Like, what the hell is taking
Yeah.
so long?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm saying there's not one person who was sitting there like, he needs.
Do I think the next hold on? I'm not really a fan of the no kill rule. I don't have a problem with certain people or like I think like the kind of grunts don't kill the grunts, you know, Because sometimes like yo, I have this job. All right, I'm just here. You know, I'm moving packages. I got this gun on my hip. Like maybe I got a family to feed, but like some of them gotta go. Batman and Penguin killed hella people in that chase scene, but Batman tells Selina, "No, don't kill Dirty Cop." Yeah. It's kind of like I won't kill you, but I won't have to save you. I'm like, man, he's dead. He's dead because of you. Either way, like that's not
Bruce
moving.
didn't kill anybody in that car scene. He didn't save anybody either.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
Yeah. Okay, so do I think that the next movie should be a thriller mystery again or something different? I think they should keep the Detective Comics theme going here. I like seeing Batman solve a case. Like he is the world's greatest detective.
I really hope they can see that too. That's my favorite. I think that's the major pushing point for this movie that made it my favorite.
Yeah,
because
that was
they never. You're right, exactly. They never show Batman doing detective work, and what is he? World greatest detective.
Great point, Zodiac. That was explored really well in Invincible, the no killing thing. But go ahead, sorry, let me cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's what I had to say. He did Batman doing detective work. That's what he's doing, especially a young. It wasn't like they didn't make it too showy. He did detective work, but like it wasn't like word soup or like overly explaining it or anything like that.
Yeah.
He was just figuring stuff out.
It wasn't obnoxious either, where it was like, oh, he got it immediately. Like even when he thought he solved it, he still didn't fully solve it.
Yeah, exactly. It was realistic. This whole movie felt semi-realistic.
He hit the clues right immediately, but then when it came to the overall like case or issue, I was like, shit, I'm stuck. This is the first time ever doing it.
Pat, you have the best Spanish out of all of us. Did they get that El Rata La Rata shit fucked up? They really fucked that up.
Yes, they did. You don't say El Rata.
Okay.
I noticed it when they said "la." I was like, "Oh fuck!" I knew there was something odd about the way it sounded, but I didn't remember.
I didn't catch it. I think if I had subtitles, I would have caught it though. But I didn't catch it.
L, when you say L, is for like it's male or for like a place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
La is for like items or a woman.
Yeah, because it's similar to French, so you have the masculine, feminine, right? So like,
See, I noticed that, but I'm like, Glam, I didn't remember which one was right or not. I was like, that's kind of weird.
I was like, oh yeah, like that's what my reaction was.
Nah, that shit.
But Penguin was clowning them.
Yeah. He was like two greatest detectives in the world. Y'all don't know the difference between L and La.
Yeah, and no, but that speaking of that scene, I love that scene a lot too because Penguin's clowning them, and he's still Cobblepot's still keeping his he's doing his thing. But like I actually do like that Jim Gordon and Batman are just kind of like doing this like buddy cop thing, went back and forth, which makes me very interested into how they met and why they're so close.
Exactly,
2 years in right now, I want to see that. I think that's a very important thing for us to know in the confines of this universe. But also, like, I actually didn't think I was gonna like Jim Gordon like that, but I liked him. I thought he was really good. I don't know if he's my favorite one, but he completely works for this universe, and like I want to see his rise to commissioner.
We talked about that before because we both think Gary Oldman's probably still better from the Nolanverse right now.
Yeah.
But I will say as a side note for that like Spanish thing, and I literally just thought of this. Batman is known for being able to speak a fuck ton of languages, so that scene might come into play where he's like is fluent in Spanish, maybe like the next movie or some shit. That'd be raw if that happened. I'd love to see that.
Because even but that's another thing that's why I think the contrast between Affleck and him is so interesting because like you have like none of them are the middle. One's early, one's late. So remember the scene with Aquaman where he knows he could speak the same language they're all talking the whole time. He just didn't showcase it. And he speaks to KG Beast in Russian, but he pretends that some girl only taught him that one little phrase when he's copying it down on his phone. Yeah. So, which riddles did I get? Lie Still. I got. There's one more I got.
I was too engrossed with the movie.
I got Justice right.
Yes.
I was too engrossed with the movie to even think of a guess.
I think
it was just the rapture with the scenes.
That was me. That was me.
That's totally fair. But Lie Still is because I've literally heard that one already. There's one more I got. I don't remember. But other than that, I didn't get anything. I was kind of like in the movie. Go ahead.
No, you first.
Yeah,
you were
because I'll forget.
yeah.
I like that scene with the one lawyer drophead guy, where Riddler's like give him the 2 minutes to answer all the questions, and he refuses to answer the last one. I thought that was actually in a weird way noble of him, like a weird noble way to go. Cause like, nah, if I let you guys know who the rat is or whatever, blah blah, like nah, it's gonna fuck up so much shit that we did in the legal system. Whether or not you believe it was right or corrupt, he knew it was bigger than him, and he let himself die for that. I kind of rate that. I credit him for that still.
Yeah, I will say for the riddles, when they did say a rat with wings, my first guess was bat, not.
Yeah, same. Mine was bat.
Yeah.
I didn't get the Falcone one. I realized at some point it was gonna be him because I'm like, he probably did this to take out the Maroney family, but that wasn't because of any riddle. That was just because I understand Batman
penguin.
shit.
Yeah, that was me. Same with me too on that one.
No,
what were you saying, Pat?
My first guess for that question, a rat with wings, because they were like, it could also be like a bird. So I was like, it's a penguin, right? I was so convinced that penguin was the one behind everything. But then when they confronted him, I was like, you don't know shit. So what is a rat with wings?
So my first guess was that because I wasn't even thinking about a bird. I was trying to find.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the context.
I was
just like, what is a rat with wings? That's all I thought.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I was literally thinking of something in the rodent. Okay, on that. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Naked mole rat. But okay, so wait, what else? What else was I gonna ask? I like a million.
Oh, I really like the scene of them bringing Falcon. The Riddler shooting from.
I think we were on if we like Jim Gordon or not. Nah.
Oh yeah. We're finishing that. So like I think the weakest one is obviously J.K. Simons. I think he's the weakest one. We've also seen him the least. I don't think he didn't work for the little times we saw him, but he's probably the weakest.
He just wasn't important.
Yeah. But
That's when you see him, you think he's Jameson.
Yeah, low key. Spider-Man. but I mean that's just interesting to me. But yeah, I think this Jim Gordon will work. I want I guess the GCPD show, we'll see how he gets to be commissioner. Cause I thought by the end of the movie he would be it, but he wasn't. So. And he's like he's not corrupt, right? So that's good.
I mean, they show that he's kind of a leader of men. People. He always stays calm in the worst situation. So to me, they already kind of
Yeah, because Vince, you'd agree that Gary Oldman, as of right now, is still better.
Yeah.
I don't remember this guy's name. It's like Jeffrey something.
He's really good. Yeah, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta give him more time. But yeah, I agree with you.
Gulad, we spoke about it earlier. We were saying that the Thomas Wayne stuff works really well because anytime Batman has to struggle with the fact that his dad wasn't perfect from top to bottom, Boy Scout, if you will, it adds a little bit of morality in terms of having to come to grips with the fact that he wasn't like that.
Right. Yeah.
So
but the thing.
But you can go too far with it. Some of them make it too far where Thomas Wayne was like an asshole, and I think that kind of validates.
I was going to touch back on it real quick because I forgot to say it.
Go ahead.
Even Falcone said he was a good man.
Yeah.
Because like that, and he's a villain. He's like, even good people do bad things. He was just like he had a moment of weakness. Don't lose too much sleep. I'm like, man, even the villain saying that, like that's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. I do think that. This is a quick thing I noticed too. One of the earlier scenes where one of the villains, the little clown faced like grunts with the half painted face, he plays Tim Drake in Titans. But he looks like Sid from Ice Age to me because his eyes are so far apart.
Why did you do that?
I'm just saying, bro. That's what it looks
if
like
you,
to me.
Every time I hear Sid the Sloth, I always think of the fucking nerdy voice that I do because that's literally his voice. You Manny, we gotta get these kids.
Overall, the cast deserves a round of applause. Everyone felt like actual people doing their own ish. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I have very, very little complaints with the movie from top overall. I think it set up a lot of great things for. I gotta say that Riddler talking to Joker in that cell was not moving me in the slightest. I big rolled my eyes like, oh fuck no.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't care until they both. I was like, okay.
So tired.
Keep
my
that
initial reaction
clown away from this series.
My initial reaction to that scene was, oh, brother, he's gonna be in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I actually thought about it, I was like, okay, he's stuck in the prison already, which means there has to be a breakout at some point for him to do anything. So I hope that breakout happens in the second movie near the end. So then he's in the third movie. Please, for the love of God, please.
I don't want him in a trilogy at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. But if he is gonna be,
Pat, I agree. But like, we know we're gonna get him, so I just have to do with it what
you know what though? I don't mind him being in it if he plays like if we were kind of reverse what we did in the Nolan film, where he plays kind of the secondary and somebody else plays the main.
Nah, see, this is what I was talking about with my sister, and she agrees with me too. Because it's like when people take these roles of established characters, right? Instead of playing the character in the role that we know them to be, they try to put their own spin on it, and then that in turn distorts the public perception of what these characters are. Like everybody keeps fucking talking about Heath Ledger's performance as Joker, and it was good, but like, god damn, they act like that's the definitive Joker, and I'm just like, bro.
See, we talked about that. See, I didn't even like that growing up because to me, that's not what Joker was supposed to be.
Exactly,
it was very
Joker
jarring to me.
Be a clown.
Yeah. The why so serious stuff is like it hits, but like it's not.
Like I said, growing up, this felt like a terrorist or an anarchist. Or a makeup art.
Does anybody watch
Titans?
They
try to make him seem like an evil, mysterious genius that's unpredictable. And like, yeah, Joker is unpredictable, but at the same time, like his main objective, besides fucking shit up, is to make people laugh. That's like the one thing he wants to do to Batman is make him laugh at one of his jokes.
See, my thing is they didn't even play into the unpredictable part enough as Joker because he was unpredictable as far as like. See, but to me, like I was telling Nas, if the Joker's the type of person. This like he had a plan, but he'll see you walking down the street, and then he said, "Fuck the plan. I'm just gonna fuck with that guy." Like that's like the shit that Joker would do.
I think Alfred's line, because it's so powerful, it sticks with people's so much. But if you actually watch most of his actions, they always had a purpose. Yeah. And even his final thing with the ship, like show you that people, blah blah yada yada, and that's like the city's stronger than you thought, whatever the fuck he said after the fact, where it's like. This is a man with a plan, as far as I'm concerned. But I've talked ad nauseum from 2008 about Heath Ledger, so like I'm tired. I'm tired.
Me too. Like I said, it's good though, but like I said, it's not my favorite.
Yeah, it's not one of the greatest performances of all time. Like, nah, please. Yeah, good performance, but
respectable.
Yeah, because I'm with y'all. I would rather Joker not be in it at all, but at this point, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it feels like he is. But like I said, if he is, I'm
Oh yeah, those twins were funny. They got mixed every time they opened the door.
Oh yeah, I was like, man, I'm getting tired of getting beat up.
I'll be like, bro, I'm not on door duty no more, dog.
They got bodied by him and Selena, and then Loki bodied again when they just let him in the door. That's Bruce.
Yeah. You know that Joker died. I don't think the Joker should be the antagonist of the final film. I want a movie after him where the impact of whatever he did is felt in the next movie. Apparently, it's like 6 movies, and he's in the third. I don't know. We'll get 6.
Nah, bro.
I also have one complaint. It's pretty minor, but like I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Where I don't know why, but superhero movies nowadays are like completely disregarding the need of a secret identity. So I didn't like the fact that the Riddler figured out who he was.
I don't think he did.
But did he? But did he? Did he?
Because
I think you could interpret it in both ways, honestly, depending on how you saw it. I think the first time I wasn't sure. Then when I watched it second time, my interpretation is that he didn't put that together.
No, I think it's when I watched it both times, it seemed very blatant to me that he didn't get it. Because when he's talking to him in the cell, it's clear he has a vendetta against Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. But the key thing that he says is he's the only one we didn't get.
Yeah, right.
So he's referring to he doesn't know who Batman is. Like he even says it. It's not about unmasking you. It's about what you represent to Batman. I think it's very clear that he doesn't know that Batman is Bruce Wayne. But that's
it's just the beginning part because he was like Bruce Wayne saying it to Batman right there. Batman's looking at him. So yeah, I was confused at first. That's why I had to watch it again. That was
But then,
honestly my
but
biggest
when he
point.
goes into his long soliloquy about like Bruce Wayne, the poor billionaire orphan, I'm a real orphan. I'm like, I don't think like I think it's just because like we have dramatic irony. We know that Batman is Bruce.
So, like they built up that scene to make you think that he knew, but then as soon as he said he's the only one we didn't get, I think the scene's tone also changes because you see Bruce sort of release like the stress on his shoulders when he says that.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
you're
Okay.
perfect.
But
He's
also
like,
the beginning of
oh,
it
thank
throws you
God.
off.
Because at
So
first
the movie-
he's low key not making eye contact with him. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Then he peeps the camera, right? Like,
yeah, because the whole scene throwing you off. Cause I thought he was trying to bait him into admitting he was Bruce Wayne. I thought that's what he was doing because he looks at the camera, he's barely looking at him, and he's just letting him talk. the
That's why I
entire
think
time
that
without
scene is
saying
so
that.
good because it's like it tricks the viewer into thinking he knows, and then it's like, oh no, he doesn't. It's
But
like, oh, shit, I got it.
they set that stage at the beginning too, with him sending the note to Bruce
See you in
Wayne,
hell.
but they're sending the note to Batman. Talking about
Yeah, and
see
it
you
was
in hell.
it was
Yeah.
flame-proof, like almost as he knew Batman would be there. And then when it says "See you in hell," it's like, wait a minute, were you trying to kill Bruce Wayne because you knew he was Batman?
Okay,
was like,
yeah,
no.
that's why I was confused because of that part. That's what I was gonna say, but you
But then
guys
he
just cleared it up.
says in the jail, "I told you I'd see you in hell," because he views jail as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel where you were, Pat, because that was.
yeah. Hold on,
Okay,
Reeves.
I was confused, but you guys cleared it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
Reeves
problem.
said there was a
I still
deleted
don't like him
scene.
name dropping him like that though. Like
But
a lot
no,
of movies
I
are-
actually still think your overall point is well taken because a lot of these movies kind of just forego the identity part a lot of the times. So like I don't think what you said was like this. I don't think this is an example of that. But even like in this, he's just Batman most of it. He's kind of foregone the Bruce part, so he hasn't really been forced to balance it yet because he's just doing Batman shit.
Yeah, I really hope they.
Because even when Superman is revived, like is Clark gonna come back in whatever in the other universe? Like I'm like you kind of just made him Superman all the time now. Like what are you gonna do? And Marvel is very unserious, right? So with the identity stuff. So but hold on. We've had different versions of Batman over the years, and we accept it. Why can't we have different versions of the Joker? You can't have it one way. It's hypocritical. You think? I mean, I don't care about hypocrisy as long as you admit it. But here's how I see it because it's hard to explain. But so bear with me for a second. Because the multiverse exists within these, I understand that any character can be any type of way, and many interpretations from the beginning of the character's inception until the end will exist, right? The problem with me is that as a younger kid, how old was I in 2008? I've never seen the Joker like that ever in my life. Like Batman, you may have had somewhat different interpretations, but they do enough things where I'm like, this is Batman. This is Batman in Nolan style. This might be Batman in Snyder style, but you did enough things where like I understand this is Batman. Heath Ledger's Joker was unlike any Joker I have ever really seen. And he was doing it in a way that I never really saw before. Again, we none of us said he's bad. We just weren't a huge fan of it to the degree that I think most people are. I think people put Heath Ledger on this pedestal that I don't necessarily think he deserves. But I'm not saying that it's good or bad because I've gotten many versions of Superman, which some I've enjoyed, some I've not. Like as far as the more evil Supermen go, the only one I like is Injustice Superman. Ultraman to me is not the same character because he's not he's not a good natured Clark or good Clark who's raised by the Kents who gets like turned into whatever. Like he is from the inception, from the get go. He's not a nice person. That's not the same character to me. So I don't, even though they have the same name, depending on which version that you're reading, but like the Injustice Superman to me is still very much Superman because I could always see moments where he's in there, but he's lost so much, and that at some point he's gone too far that there's no point in reining it in. With him literally flying Lois into space because he hallucinated that it was Doomsday. He lost Lois, his unborn child. A bomb in Metropolis blew up, and that was all on him. He was hurt. Like he broke. But if you actually play the game and kind of go through it, you see all these moments, instances where it's like he's trying not to go too far or he's trying to rein in like the dictatorship. But it just like, if he doesn't do it his way, something fucks up. Like, so to me, Clark's in there, which is why I could consider that Superman, even though he's not the Superman that I know and love. But I'll always love like the generic Boy Scout, original, goody
The
two
dude
shoes
will
type.
literally go
So,
up to
here's,
a
so here's my pro. So here's my problem with the way it happened at the beginning, especially when I was younger. My problem is that also when it feels like the character has gone through a complete change from what you know it as, there's a disconnect between somebody who would see that original, or not. I don't want to call it the original, but see the first like the first version you've seen versus this version on this screen, because like it kind of changes the perception of what people think, like oh, does the Joker supposed to be like this? Because like I said, to me, like if you look at this one and you look at the Joaquin Phoenix one, those things are completely different from the Joker I've known my entire life. That them Jokers, like you feel a sympathy for him, or you feel like he's a super terrorist and stuff like that. Like the guy I know, yes, he's a terrorist, but he's a completely unpredictable, fucking like corny but funny. Like he just do shit just cause. There's no rhyme or reason or purpose.
This might be a bit too hopeful on my part, but given the amount of Arkham references and feel I get from the movie already, if they can emulate Joker from the Arkham games, bro, because that's literally that's just Mark Hamill. So if they can do that, then I'm good. Then I'm good to go, baby. I'll take that Joker.
Like where is the fucking Joker doing some shit? Batman showing up to the scene and then Joker sneaking up behind him and canging his ass. Like where is that?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Or like he does like the laughing gas and stuff like that. And stuff like that. Batman shows up too.
I mean, if you can just get ass nail the feeling of Mark Hamill Joker, then it's over. None of us would have any complaints.
Yeah. And I'll be and just to add this caveat, I'm a bit of a Joker purist. And the thing with the Joker is, to me, like, much I'm not a fan of the Joker and I don't really care about him, I like the idea of the Joker just being what he is. I don't even require a backstory. I don't give a fuck who he is. I don't want to know. That's one of the very few characters I have no interest in their history. I just want some nigga in clown gear to come to Gotham and start fucking shit up. I don't want, if you just had one bad day. I'm not interested in none of that. Not moving me, bro.
Him not having a backstory.
It's part of the allure.
Yeah, part of the allure made him that much more terrifying.
Yeah, like where do you come from? Who are you? You don't know. My only problem with Injustice Superman. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. So me trying to feel sympathy for the Joker, it just don't want to feel.
My only problem with Injustice Superman is that he's supposed to be the best of what humanity can be, but he broke when he got through some of what Batman go through. I mean, that is kind of the point of that universe's version of Superman, right? Because no matter, like, not every Batman in every universe is like this virtuous, if you will, and not every Superman in every universe is great. Like, there's infinite possibilities out there of different types, but that's the point where it's like even a man like Superman could break. But the whole point of Superman is the idea that because of what you can do, if you turn against us or anything breaks you, it's like doubly worse. It's like I could have a bad day and just smack somebody, and at worst, maybe I break their jaw or they knock them out. Superman can't lose his temper, because if he does that, you'll smack their fucking head in the goddamn atmosphere. Like that's
along
like
with
that,
a few buildings. Afterwards.
Exactly. So like that's like the point where it's like you broke the unbreakable. And the Joker's one who did that, because the Joker's like, Batman, I get it. We're not gonna get you, but I think I can get him. And there's versions of Batman that's broken. And even if you want to go as far as like going to the evil side, even though I don't consider him the same character, Owlman is a nihilist. He cares about fucking nothing. He cares about nothing.
That nigga's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, but normally the Batmans that are broken are usually like the ones, because like the older he get, the more.
I mean, yeah.
Hisoka and Joker are not similar to me. Are not similar to me at all. They're completely different characters. They're completely different characters to me. So I see what you're saying. I understand why you're saying it. There's very little overlap there, in my opinion. Hisoka and the Joker are different, but I get what you mean by the no backstory stuff. But yeah,
I mean, technically Hisoka does have a backstory, but
does he?
Nobody remember. Yeah, it was a little light novel that I think Ishida wrote, but neither here nor there. But yeah, technically the BVS Batman is a broken Batman because he's out here literally killing people and branding them, which isn't something usually Batman does.
Yeah, but even in Frank Knights, that's crazy. Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. I thought he was extremely brutal in that version.
The older,
without going over the
but
board.
like-
I get you.
But even in
gets
that
testy.
comic
But
book run,
but Zack
fucking-
Snyder had a different interpretation of Batman, and that's why I think he did it the way that he did it. But I hear you.
Yeah.
He was branding people and shit. You're right. That in a lot of ways he
Yeah.
was broken. That's why I think that when Superman dies, he starts to tap back into whatever heroism that was in him.
Yeah, because
So,
even in Dark Knight Returns, to the whole point Batman doesn't use guns for literally anything. It doesn't matter. But in Dark Knight Returns, he literally uses a sniper rifle not to shoot anybody, but to literally use like a grappling hook.
mhm.
You usually wouldn't do that.
Oh. I get that Injustice is basically a reminder why the main Superman is special, but I still think the Joker should have gone even further. I mean, I thought that was enough because, I mean, you lose a woman you love, you lost your child, and then the city in which you protect. You have to, to me, you have to think about it this way: he did it himself. It wasn't like he didn't make it in time. He flew Lois into space and killed her. Because he hallucinated it was Doomsday. He killed her himself. He literally killed the woman his love and his own child, and then caused that bomb in Metropolis, the city in which he resides and protects, blows up. And then he said, "Enough of the Joker. You're done. There's no more." And it's not funny.
It's crazy because Joker's explanation for why he did it still throws me for a loop to this day. Because Batman was like, bro,
He won't break.
you always fuck with just me. Why'd you bring him into it?
Mhm.
And Joker was like, cuz, bro, every time I fuck with you, I lose. I was like, what? That was your reasoning?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
didn't
talking-
stop.
that's
It
what I'm talking about.
didn't stop you the last 100 times that you lost. But this
You
time,
see- you see-
But 101. Let me just try Superman this time.
But that's what I like about it. He just did that off of just
A whim. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And said I wanted to play the game on easy mode. I was like, bro, nah. When Superman killed him, I was like, he had to go for that. I was like, I had to say it.
'Cause there's actually a comic where there's an Injustice. I think the Injustice comics are horrible. By the way, I do not recommend
Agreed.
them. I don't recommend them.
agreed.
The games are fine though. Even from the story standpoint, I think they're fine. I was surprised that the follow up of Brainiac still worked really well in my opinion. But that being
You're
said,
only prolonging the inevitable.
the reason that I like that's what I was gonna say. What was I talking about?
Like
Injustice, the comics.
game
Oh,
version.
there's actually like a kind of like a dream world kind of like scenario where Batman's the one that does it, and he turns himself in, like immediately, like he kills the Joker in a car ride back to Gotham, and then he turns himself in. I don't remember how it ends, but I thought that was interesting, an interesting contrast to what happened, where like he does it and he just goes to jail. And Superman does, and he's like, "All right, the world needs to be like under my thumb. That's the only way I get to life."
Because who's going to arrest him?
Yeah, I know he went too far when he took out Shazam. That's when I was like, "Damn, why you do that, bro?"
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, I can't even back you right now, bro. I know you hurting, but nah, man.
Wasn't there like I think there's a portion in the comic too where he kills Green Arrow, and that was like a big deal for that Flash.
Yes.
Yes, there's
It
that
was,
too,
like,
and there's a
year
one where he
5?
laser beams.
Doesn't he kill- doesn't he kill Green
Black
Arrow?
Canary, and she's pregnant. And then
he
they bring
kills
like
Green Arrow and
another,
Black Canary, I was about
and
to
they
say.
bring over like an alternate version. Like I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
Dr. Fate,
It's been a
like,
while
Dr.
since I read
Fate.
it, bro. 'Cause that's
I think-
because that's 2013. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
been
think
years.
their Dr. Fate brings over an alternate version of Green Arrow and Black Canary. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. The Joker could have chose any other Justice League member, and he chose Superman. I know he said, "I want the big gun." So, and then yeah, but yeah. Back on topic though. This was a great movie. I thought, again, from young Batman and his gadgets not being up to par, up to snuff. Actually, by the way, just a small side note, I actually think that scene at the end where they're both riding their bikes and going opposite directions at the very end was a really good scene.
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That
I
was
agree.
good. The
What would you say is the
soundtrack's
best
great.
scene in the movie before we end?
Ooh. Best scene in the movie. Go to my I got like a Naya answer and a real answer.
Okay.
My Naya answer is, "Hey everyone, Thanks for all the support. I love that scene. That shit was so goddamn funny to me. So that's my my answer. When will we ever get Bat Family stuff? I don't even know if he wants to do it with this universe, so I couldn't tell you. But it'd be nice someday. We're playing Gotham Knights still. Come through. Be in there. As for my favorite scene, other than that, that's crazy. It's gotta be. Is it Penguin clowning them for the El Rata thing? La Rata might be Penguin clowning them. I'm gonna think about my favorite scene. That's not a nice answer. Someone else go in the meantime. Let me think. My archives.
Oh yeah, I'll go last since I asked the question.
And I said 2 detectives, and y'all don't even know Spanish. No habla español.
That's your favorite scene? That's your favorite scene, Pat?
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
All right, Vince, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. What my favorite scene is?
Yeah.
The question. I really like the beginning. I'm not gonna lie to you. The beginning of the open monologue where he's walking through the city, talk about what the bat signal means and all that. That's just wow. Music playing. That's probably my favorite.
I think mine has to be
or the last scene.
Him and Riddler talking in the jail cell for me.
The movie got so many good scenes.
I think just because I think Paul Dano acts his ass off in that scene.
Yeah, Paul Dano.
I like the face he makes too when they arrest him and gets that like crazy face.
I'm ordering some pumpkin pie.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I watched it, when he kills the mayor in the opening scene.
Yo, that was some League of Shadows shit, dog. He was there and that nigga did not notice him there.
He waited for him to hang up the phone and then walk to a specific spot before he fucking got his ass. He was standing there. That scene was so unsettling. That whole time.
No, at first when he was cutting the tape, I thought he was getting horny off. That's like, what's going on? I had to watch it again.
No, I won't lie. For 1 second, I'm like, you about to pull his dick out?
I'm like, bro, he's going crazy. What is?
Oh shit!
Man was just standing on top of him, breathing all heavily and shit.
Sykes, I'm with you. Him leading everyone out of Gotham with the flare in his hand is such a good shot. That's probably like my other. Like I like that one a lot.
Honorable mention: the gunfight scene in the elevator.
The shadows off. Okay. Yeah.
Oh man.
The shadows off. The lights off. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Riddler's costume mask was different. Yeah, it was.
Actually, I lied. My favorite scene in the movie is the opening narration after he kills the mayor and Pattinson's talking, and he was like, "They think I hide in the shadows," and then the music stops, and he was like, "But I am the shadows." I said, "Oh my god."
Oh my god! But I like I like the scene too where he's pulling the people out of the water.
Yeah,
they're following him in a group. Like, bro, there's so many good scenes.
Also, shout out the Alfred Bruce in the hospital scene as well. That was
and I could give you like small. I could always give you small random moments I really like. Like there's one part where on the little scaffold, like in the Madison Square Garden looking place, where he does this like complete vertical roll to kind of trip 2 of them, like almost like bowling pins. Like that was clean. I was like, how that looked.
He blows up the ceiling and then falls down too through it. That was raw as fuck.
Yeah. And him like getting the adrenaline shot.
I also like the scene where he's talking with Carmine at the funeral, and he's like, "The only reason my father saved you is because he took the Hippocratic Oath."
Yeah.
I love that.
He's like, "That's good. That's good." There's a lot of good moments, man. A lot of good moments.
But also, when I was saying earlier, music raw. Yeah. Probably the best overall score for a Batman movie, I'd say. I think Elfman's Batman theme is better than Giacchino's, but his theme is very good as well.
Music is one of those things I think is extremely subjective. So whether you like it or not, I think it's really good. I don't know if I like it more. Like I think, because I really like Hans Zimmer and what is it XL Junkie did some of them. Like I like their themes a lot too. But this was really good. Yeah.
I'd also say that this movie does a lot with really only 4 song choices. It's just the Nirvana song, Ave Maria.
Nobody's talking with the Batmobile starting up. That moved you. That wasn't moving me. That dinky little car. Okay, it wasn't moving me.
Well, I would say,
no, it was a good. It was a good scene. It was a good scene. It was a good scene.
I like the way it revved up.
When the engine started up, I got chills. I'm not gonna lie.
I think BVS did it better. That's all.
No. Here's my thing. I don't think in this movie the car looked cool enough for me to be like, that was great. It revved up really cool. It made it intimidating. But then you see him drive the actual car. I'm like, okay, car's not. Not for me.
It needs some work. And I love that he fucks up that jump when he puts the wingsuit on. And he hurts his hip. That was a good touch. And Lam and I noticed this too. Like it looked like he'd never done it before because he almost like when he gets to the top, he almost like he looks like down. He's like,
yeah, literally, yeah.
Like, we're doing this. Hope this shit works. You know.
A quick question: did anybody in this movie ever see anybody else feel like they recovered from injuries really fast in this movie? Because the mayor lady got shot, and next thing you know, she was like perfectly fine. like
I thought she got hit in the shoulder though, because I don't know if those guys were trained snipers or whatnot, or just like his incel group, you know. So
she got hit in the hip. She got hit in the hip though.
Oh, shit.
She was kind of like walking slowly in the water because the rest of the time she wasn't really moving.
Was she moving gingerly through the water?
Yeah. Also, shout out that car, the end of the car scene where Penguin's flipped over and he just walks out with the flames behind him with the music going.
I was
crazy.
crying because I'm like, what kind of Smallville shit is this? Where Clark will just toss a nigga 100 miles through the roof and they're fucking fine. I'm like, bro, you killed him. I saw that car flip, do like 80-year-old, like he's dead. You killed it.
And when he ramped off the truck at the perfect time,
that was great.
See,
He's like, I got you. I freaking got you. That was good. I like that. He's like,
like the guy who was most hurt in this movie than the people Batman beat up. He just kept punching the shit out of him. I'm like, good Lord.
Yep.
Yeah, and
that was after he put the venom in his body.
Stop. Yeah, I don't know if you were there for when I said that, Pat. I had 2 moments where I had to rein in my comic book brain immediately in like 0.4 seconds. I have that problem sometimes. I'll see something and immediately my brain goes way too far. I'm like, bro, you know they're not doing that for this movie. Relax. So, part 2 of the Batman is coming for the Dark Knight for the greatest comic book movie. We'll see. Oh well, yeah, because that's everyone's favorite in the Nolan trilogy is the second one. Mine goes in order. So my favorite is Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. I actually think over the years I don't like that movie. I used to say it's my least favorite. I might not like that movie now. I don't know. I'll have to see it again. It's just like The Dark Knight Rises, one with Bane.
Oh,
but it's like,
that's crazy.
do I want to sit through that again? Like, you know,
people only like that movie.
It's the ending. It's the ending for me.
People only like that shit because he's such like I am Gotham's reckoning and do you feel in charge? That's the only. That's the only reason.
Tom Hardy put on a masterclass.
No, he was going crazy. That's why I don't like.
He had bars and he was good. It was just like the Talia thing. I'm like,
My favorite one. You fight like a younger man, admirable, but mistaken.
Yeah. You think darkness is your ally?
Yes. That speech about the darkness. Oh my God, he was barring him up.
Yeah.
He said, "You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. By the time I saw the light, it was all blinding."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's going crazy.
Both members of the League of Shadows.
That's the way I don't like. That's why I don't like.
Theatricality and deception.
Because before y'all came in here, I was saying that Bane probably would have been my favorite villain out of the live action.
And the trilogy, yeah.
Hispanic.
No. Out of all the live action, but he went out the way he did.
Hey, nah, Glenn, for real.
Hispanic.
Like, when did a Mexican luchador turn into a Russian? I was so confused.
He literally could have looked the exact same way, and if he had just been Hispanic, I would have been fine.
Yeah,
I would have had zero.
Yeah, it is what it is, though.
I was watching the movie. I was like, why is he talking like this? And he's from Mexico.
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys remember. They had to like alter the voice a bit or something like that. Because when I first watched him, like I don't know what this nigga is saying to me. I can't understand him. I'm not joking. I recall them saying, I think they said they did something to make it a bit more clear, but I did not know what they were talking about. So just like, what the hell? Affleck was beat the brakes off Bane and blew up that underground. If that was Affleck would just throwing hands.
I mean, when we saw Affleck throw hands in BVS, it was like, okay,
it was legend. It's great.
Different.
I mean, even like watching him and just against Parademons, I'm like, bro, this guy's he was out there putting in work, bro. He was like, it was literally like video game style. Go to each like cannon and take out the enemies around it and the cannon and use the cannon to take out other fodder. Like he was putting in so much work, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to Patterson. Until Patterson did this movie, Affleck did have my favorite Batman line from a live action where he talked about the bleeding. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, it's
Yeah.
not fire.
Do you bleed?
I don't. That light's not moving me.
No, it's not.
Nah, see, it's the trailer. In the movie, it don't hit
In
as
the
hard.
trailer,
The trailer
it's
version.
That's just
that
like the
shit
Vengeance
is
line. The
crazy.
Vengeance line hits in the
Yeah.
trailer. In the movie, I'm like, oh, that was weak. That did not move me. And
Oh,
they didn't even run away. They're like, I'll fight him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Naya,
bro.
we forgot our favorite part when Selena says they're a white privileged asshole.
Oh yeah. I was like, keep that out of my.
Yeah.
Keep that away.
Yeah, they did spin that in there, but to me, like, I was like, well, she's not wrong. Everybody is them white, but, like they had to spin. They had to spin.
Talia and
Hey,
Dark
nah,
Knight.
you just gonna have to get with the times, brother.
Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is.
That was the only part though, and even then,
Yeah.
that didn't move Batman.
That
He
was
wasn't
just
moved
like
by it.
that was just momentary cringe. That's all that was.
Yeah, because my eye twitched like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted
Talia the
a
Dark
lot
Knight
of
Rises was
white
hilarious. She
reviewers.
looked like she fell asleep. She ugly in that movie too.
A lot
How
of those-
ugly
a lot
and
of
Rachel,
white reviewers
that
that
Rachel girl or whatever was ugly as fuck.
Jesus
Maggie
Christ.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, she ugly.
Bro, she'll never outlive that shit, man. They why do they do her like that? She had
Talk to Stephen A. Smith.
but it wasn't even him though. They really
To me, BVS dialogue to me has some cringe in it too, but I don't hate it the way other people do. My least favorite script's Aquaman script. I think that script makes my balls hurt. I think it's a good movie. I like the actors and I think it's a visual masterpiece, but the script of that movie pisses me off. When Aquaman's dad's like, you gotta go up there so you can kill that son of a bitch. I'm like, turn it off. Turn that off. It's not moving me.
Yeah, when Django Fett's out here literally saying that shit, it's like, all right, bro, I got it.
Yeah, but when Batman hits him with the kryptonite and he said, "Breathe it in," that's fear. That was cold. He's like,
Yes.
"You're not brave. Men are brave." And he started fucking mixing him. That was the line. I was like, "Oh shit, why you do him like that?" We got my man's hair fucked up. He's like, "What the fuck's going on to me? Shit hurting me. What the hell's going on?" Like so. That was the line I thought was the cold. Do you believe it was not moving me? But you're right. In the trailer, it sounded raw. But I'm also not a fan of anyone who's horny to make Batman and Superman fight all the time. I hate that shit. Because to me, they're best friends. I hate that.
Yeah. They don't need to be fighting.
So yeah.
And plus, Batman would never fight to kill that nigga. He would fight to immobilize him, like he said in the one thing. Like he try to stop him.
Yeah.
Because he might need to, because he might get mind control. That, but Batman would never of his own free will just go at him. Like it's not what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. The edgy comment gotta come.
I like at the end that Bruce didn't know what the carpenter was. He wouldn't know about the house. Yeah. We spoke about that. That was really good. Yeah, my balls hurt.
I will say also
with
that
Talia.
ending scene where he holds that kid's hand as they're going up in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Also very good.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
You're seeing the slight change. Like, all right, the hope
He
started to creep
stares
in.
into the light for the first time the entire movie.
Talking like Superman at the end of the movie too, low key.
Yeah. Cause like before, like the day before that, I went to watch Batman with my girlfriend. We actually watched the Zack Snyder trilogy. We watched Man of Steel, BVS, and she had never seen the extended version or the
Snyder
Zack
cut?
or she hadn't seen any version of Justice League. She had never seen any of it, right?
Thank God.
And she enjoyed the hell out of the Justice League movie. She loved it. She thought it was really good. So
Snyder Cut's raw.
yeah,
Snyder Cut is amazing.
we had a great time with that. Then I just wanted to do like a bit of a contrast to this movie and stuff. But like, yeah, I had a good time watching it with her. We had fun.
Hey, did she like that Man of Steel score now? Because that music was hooping.
Yeah. She did.
Let's go.
But like she's with me. We're like our favorite depiction of Lex is Smallville, and I still think that in terms of live action parents for Clark, I still think John Snyder and Annette O'Toole from Smallville, they instill that really good naturedness stuff into Clark a lot. The only thing I would say is that his dad, which is fine, he's not perfect. His dad makes him mistrustful a little bit because his dad is always so concerned about protecting his secret that Clark internalizes that for so long. Where sometimes like he's a bad friend because he's so secretive to himself. But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Man of Steel, like we talk about, like we don't hate it. We don't think it's a perfect Superman movie, but like it just like it has its issues. But
It's my favorite Superman movie.
I mean, but I feel like that's by default the way that maybe that Vince feels like this Batman's the best. But like to me, like this is like the only like Superman on. Like I'm sorry, Christopher Reeves may have worked for the 80s. That's just that not. I watched all four of them. I don't like any of them. Okay,
Facts.
I hate all 4 of them.
Facts.
That Zod movie trash. That Dark Superman movie trash. That first one trash with Lex, and then the one with Brandon Ruff trash. Like I don't know. So
Yeah, fucking Kevin Spacey. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't need that shit.
I don't like Lois and Clark. You're not getting me to watch that fucking new one with friggin' CW show. Like I'm not watching that shit. I'm just not doing it.
Hella hilarious, man. But hey, I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow.
All right, brother.
I'll be
As
around.
do I.
Appreciate y'all.
I will catch
Have a
y'all
good
later.
night, brother.
All right,
Good one.
you guys take
Yeah.
care. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm here. Real talk though, how do you like Selena? Like what like Zoe Kravitz as Selena and like what she did in the movie. Like that you thought she did like the best Catwoman. Like I was supposed to say Michelle Pfeiffer or whatever. No, stop.
I
And
want
it's not
her,
Halle Berry. No, go ahead though.
I want her to be the mother of my children.
Oh my lord. All right, I'm telling.
Bro.
I'm telling Batman. I'm recording this. I'm gonna have a tape recorder or two of the Batman.
Nah, cause it's like I was just watching the movie. I'm like, finally, like, cause we're in this era now where like they're trying to tone down sexiness and stuff like that, and I'm just like, it's been so long since I've seen a character that's supposed to be sexy actually be sexy in something big.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, every time she move, talk, do whatever, she moving me.
Yeah. I feel it. I thought of out of all the Catwoman like storylines, because she got to like tie into the stuff with Falcone and like her heritage from the Long Halloween. I thought it was the best one I'd seen. So like I from like that standpoint, and this is the most like kind of comic book accurate one. Still a fan of thing though. I like her in the Dark Knight Rises a lot. But
I'm convinced she's the sexiest woman on planet Earth right now.
not gonna go that far, but hey. They said they're gonna put you in horny jail. You would eat. I'm trying to think of there's something I know there's something I'm forgetting to touch on that I liked about the movie, and I'm trying to get to it. But yeah, this Alfred is not my favorite, but I think he's a good one. I think they have a good dynamic. I think they'll build on that when it keeps going. I'm actually gonna watch the GCPD show they do. I heard they might have changed it. I heard there was supposed to be 2, one for the Penguin and one for GCPD. I've heard they might just make one in general. I thought I'd heard they were gonna do a year 1 thing. Again, I think something that's very important for me personally is to see how Jim Gordon and Batman meet and why he makes the bat symbol for him 2 years in and stuff. I really want to see how that came apart, how it came to be, because they're very close. I love that duet moment with Penguin, even though he clowned them. I like how they're going back and forth on him, trying to grill him, you know, because they trust each other, obviously. Because even when he's like, all right, hit me, make it look real, he's like, yo, I thought you could have held back. He's like, I did. I'm like, yo, that punch looked deadly as hell, bro. You held back. Oh shoot! But anywho, what score did you give it? Pat, did I lose it?
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. What score did you give it? If you give it,
I gave it a 10.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad at that. You're not saying it's perfect, but you're saying it's a masterpiece. Was it a 9.5 when they got the extra 0.5 for Zoe Kravitz? Oh shoot! You sound like me when I used to watch, like, why you watch Heroes? I'm like, yo, you see Hayden I've been there. Even Smallville when I was younger. I don't know why I like Martha Kent so much when I was younger. Like, she hot. Her and Lois or Erica Durance to me. So
I watched the movie. She talk about something. I can take care of myself. I'm like, I'm trying to take care of you. Like, bro.
He's like the city would have to wait for me. They'd be swimming for a second because I'll be swimming and they be swimming, but I'm swimming to something I want to swim in.
Gotham would have to wait, bro. Oh God.
Shit. I would like
the city needs you.
I
need her.
I know this is my own hubris speaking here, but like this is one of those very few things in life where I say this and I truly mean it. Like I'll hear people say something like, "Yo, man, like Golf don't look hard. I can play golf. I'm like, that's coming from somebody who does not play golf. Like, golf does not look easy to me, or it is easy. I honestly believe you give me a Superman run, comic, game, or movie, whatever, bro, I'll write the fuck out of that movie. That movie will be great. That movie's at worst at 8 out of 10. Let me do this. I don't want to, but see, I know I can't direct, but give me the script. Let me write everything. Let me plan it out. I'll make the greatest Superman movie you ever seen, bro. I could do it. No one else can. I'm the savior. Only I could. I know that nigga like the back of my hand. Like, bro, I am the Superman guy. I'll make the rawest Superman movie ever. I don't care if no one tells me. Man of Steel was good, but there's too many mistakes. And one of my biggest issues is how Jonathan dies. It doesn't teach Clark the lesson he needs to learn about literally being incapable of saving everybody because you die of something that like a heart attack. He could have stayed with that from a tornado. I hate that scene. I hate it. I think Smallville did it really well, where like his heart gives out and nothing he can do about it. You can't work miracles on the man's heart. The man's heart's not good, you know. And that teaches him the lesson that, hey, no matter how strong you are with all your abilities, you can't save everyone. So I'm like, bro, I've seen Superman clap tornadoes into nothingness. It's not moving me, bro. But yeah, great Superman
have
movie.
you seen?
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if you've seen that one meme where they took a still shot from, I think it was Justice League, or was it Superman the animated series? I don't know. Where Superman and Lois are on a date.
Oh, and he made
And
that fuck ass plate with the grapes on it.
And they were like, make no mistake, Superman didn't feed her this plate because he's an alien. He did it because he's from Kansas.
That's crazy.
That shit killed me,
That's
bro.
crazy. Oh my goodness. Risking offer Catwoman, great Superman movie you've ever seen. Not a high bar, man. Fair enough. Fair enough. Write it and bring it to WB. Don't joke it out. Do it, bro. Do it. I really would love to do it. I always would like to do a Justice League too, because I'd like to do a Justice League International where I put one of the major 7 heroes. I put one on each continent instead of one on each city. The certain cities, I put them one on each continent. But I had a lot of I could tell that because Superman. I don't think Superman nearly holds as much weight and popularity as he used to. Batman and Harley Quinn, I think last time I checked, were the big DC sellers. Harley Quinn is very popular last time I checked too, right? So it is what it is. But yeah, I know I could write the Hello Superman movie, and I'm doing it without having to change his character or make him some edgy or uncaring, unfeeling, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna be Superman. But oh well. DC got no face Superman continuation after Man of Steel. They're pushing everyone but Superman. Yeah. Not gonna lie, Black Cat greater than Catwoman. I mean, I guess it depends on the artist who's drawing it. Batman is DC. Batman is where DC makes most of their bank, and I understand. Like they got a monetary incentive to do what's gonna make them money, so I'm not mad at it. But I just think they don't have the right people. Like they try to get cute with Superman. Like I remember when they're like, okay, maybe what if we take away his powers? No one's trying to see that. Okay, like no one. They kept trying all this shit. I don't know if you remember when they gave him the new ability, the solar flare thing, where he can like almost like expend all the energy in his body out, like heat vision, like almost like a final explosion, Vegeta type shit. But then for the next 24 hours, he's mortal. Like no one's trying to see that, bro. Turn that off. Okay, you want him?
Nah, it's just
yeah.
People have this strange fetish or whatever for Superman to get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people want to see that. I don't know why. But like when you talk to like casual like DC fans, they really just don't like him. I don't know why it is.
Anyone that I talk to who has like specific reasons, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But like I will say, most people don't like him. They don't know anything about him. They just know very surface level things, and I'm not interested in that. Like I said earlier,
Yeah,
some people know his powers come from the yellow sun. Like I you know often I have to explain that in like as recently as like 3 weeks ago. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, bro. Wow. Superman's the greatest superhero bar none. I'll throw hands. I'm with you on that, man. Do you think it's a problem where grounded heroes are easier to get right and superpower heroes are harder to do, especially someone like Superman? I think so, depending on the medium. I think in a lot of ways I could understand why making a Batman game is a lot easier than a Superman game. I don't make that same excuse for movies and comics. I don't think that's the issue. I think they keep trying to do weird shit with Superman that doesn't work. Actually, what do you think about that before I continue? Think it's easier because Batman's
About
more human?
making games for Superman.
Alpha asked, do you think it's a problem where grounded heroes are easier to get right and superpowered heroes are hard to do, especially someone like Superman?
Fuck no. That's a lazy argument.
Yeah, he's asking. He's not saying that. He's asking a question. But I've always also to me, I understand why he has a perception, and it's well deserved in a lot of ways. But maybe because I'm so tapped into comic books, Superman is actually not broken. When I think about all the beings in space and things they can do, and all the weaknesses that he has, is he dumb powerful? Obviously. Is he hard to beat? Incredibly hard. But he has major weaknesses. All right. So if Darkseid pulls up, that's a scrap. Mongol pulls up, that's a scrap. Doomsday, that's a scrap. Martian Manhunter is fucking strong. Wonder Woman is strong. There are so many beings out there in space too, from some of the Lantern Corps and anything too, who are OD powerful with all kinds of amazing abilities. Omega beams go fucking crazy. Superman is weak to kryptonite. The varying types of kryptonites have other effects on him too. It's not just the green. He has absolutely. I don't know if you consider the weakness. I do because of Superman, but he has no defense against magic. So magic affects him. You can control him. You can go through it, bypass his natural defenses, yada yada. You could use red solar radiation to hurt and depower him and make him just as strong as basically a regular adult male. If you take all the yellow solar radiation out of his body, and then you can use humanity and structural places around. I'm gonna say that because superheroes are very unserious about the city, but humanity and people as hostages. He's not unbeatable. So I've never seen him as just oh my god, he's I actually see Batman that way because of how they write him all the time. Who just does whatever the fuck against anyone and wins. Batman is the one who's unstoppable in my opinion. So that's my answer.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of Batman's rogue gallery is regular people.
Mm-hmm.
But they're altered in some way. Mr. Freeze, for all intents and purposes, is a regular human male, but he just operates at sub-zero temperatures for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Two-Face is a regular person. He just has one fucking face and makes all his decisions at the flip of a coin. Victor Zsasz, Calendar Man, all these people are regular people a normal person could probably fight off.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have Batman string together victories over these guys, it'll make them look invincible because they're not that difficult to beat. They just make the situation dramatic, and then he comes out victorious.
Yep. And it tells you because he's Batman.
But with Superman, it's because his villains and rogue gallery are doing shit like lifting planets or leveling an entire mountain. When he wins his battles, people be like, "Oh shit, he's invincible. Look at him. He just beat a guy that did this."
Mm-hmm. I saw Zeus mix him the first time he met Zeus in one of the things because Zeus got lightning magic, so he could just bypass his defenses. He fucking rocked him with a punch because the old gods are strong, the new gods are strong. It's just I think people who don't know about the various beings inside the DC universe just pedestalize him way too quickly. It's not that he's not one of the strongest beings in the DC universe. We just understand that he's not the strongest and he's not invincible. Martian Manhunter is very fucking powerful. I think he's one of the ones who gets thrown to the wayside. I understand that in a lot of versions, or at least initially, he's okay, get a match. All right, relax. It's not that simple, but yes, he's weak to fire. But because my problem is they think they're I'll beat him with a match. You think you're not beating him with a match, you loser. he could kill you from space. Stop it. So yeah, just make a movie with Superman being the ultimate hero in your mind. As a kid, I'd put the cape on, make my hair like him while watching the card. I did the jacket and the thing where I unbutton my shirt and with the S under it. So I did that a lot.
Oh man,
That was my thing. Every single broken character in all fiction is compared or used to Superman because he's the gold standard. I agree with that. That's part of the reason. All I had to do was make people like Superman that do nothing but make them watch Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Easy clap from there. I'm not gonna lie. Superman. I remember Superman got tased and Justice League and it worked. Like, you got tased, bro. Like, cut that out. But yeah, they're all underpowered though, like Lamb said. Depends on which Superman because pre-Crisis is something else. Prime 1 million and Gold Age are different level. I mean, yeah, but like most people, if you bring up comic books like that, they're not thinking about pre-Crisis and Superman 1 million and stuff like that. They don't know nothing. They just know Superman, right? Like Vince said, sometimes what happens is whatever is put on screen in these movies becomes the definitive edition for what people think the character is like. A lot of people don't know that Iron Man was not really like that until Robert Downey Jr.'s interpretation, and then that became how Iron Man really is and everything. It's not that he didn't joke and stuff like that, but like if you have seen some older Iron Man stuff, it wasn't always like that. And then they made everyone a subset of him for the most part. Thor, Asgard Iron Man, Magic Iron Man, Space Iron Man, Iron Man Jr., right? So like people like when they talk to me about superheroes, they use the MCU and the DCEU as like their barometer to compare stuff. Like for me, that's not what I go to. I go to the comics first, right? So yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
for me,
why
it's a little
that's
bit
why I said like that. That's why I said like sorry, the magic thing. Depending, you could look at it like he's not weak to magic. He has no natural defense against it. That's why I worded it that way. Yeah. So, but you have any final thoughts on the movie? On the stream, I need to eat some food. I'm tired.
It's a great starting point.
Mm-hmm.
I love we covered everything pretty much, but like showing Batman as inexperienced with his gadgets and stuff like that, and him like not being a seasoned detective, so he has to like find the truth within the truth and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And for God's sake, thank God Matt Reeves finally put a depiction of Gotham on the big screen where I felt like I was looking at Gotham City, not fucking a regular prop city that feels like New York or Chicago, whatever the fuck, with Batman in it.
I feel that.
That's man, that shit. I
Not.
didn't realize how annoyed I was until I actually watched this movie. I was like, you know what? None of those movies actually show me Gotham.
Think. Like you have set pieces and stuff, but even that, like you kind of see it from the. Yeah, I think I might have to. I don't know if I've thought about that. I might have to like look at them all and kind of compare it. Cause I'm trying to think of the Zack Snyder one where I know it was across the bay, and we had seen it, but I don't remember them really showing off the entirety of Gotham like that. Like maybe certain locales, and then straight.
Yeah, like Batman Begins kind of got it right.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, when we get to The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, I'm just like, bro, this is Chicago. This is New York. Like, this isn't Gotham anymore.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Yeah, good movie. Go see it, y'all. I give it 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. I think you gave it a 10. 10. Vince gave it a 9, and Glam also gave it a 8.5. But all right, y'all be safe. We're going to be out. Vengeance.